intros and make it look, baseball sexy or whatever. But again, we want conversations. I would love more people to comment and talk trash. Like you're not gonna hurt my feelings if you're like, you're idiots for putting so. I'm like, cool, let's go, let's talk.
Well, everybody wants their team to be,
East Burke. First week of the season, like East Rutherford lost to Kings Mountain, whatever. East Rutherford's good. Well, East Burke kid pops on the Instagram. He's like, "What? Where's East Rutherford lost? Why are they ranked? Like, what about East Burke?" Like, East Burke's like
Sometimes it's Friday night if I stay up late after our game, but weekend go through. I type in all the opponent, win-loss, conference win-loss, and score. And if it's a conference game, I have to type it in twice because that's how I coded this sheet. And I go right here, and we got a list of all the conference winning percentage, run differential, opponent, and then so basically,
you can see
here right here.
You can kind of see who's better than their record sometimes.
If we sort it,
not as good as their record.
Data sort region by BB.
I think you guys, even though you lost last week, like your opponent winning percentage is pretty solid.
So here, y'all, 507. And so it's like that's the ranking.
Well, that's why it was so hard to rank Cherryville, Burns, Stuart, Kramer for a while because they're not playing anybody. Like they had to jump right into conference playoff or conference play. It's like Bessemer City 2, Lincolnton 2, Shelby 2. I'm like, good lord.
How was Shelby this year?
I mean, they're well coached. I like Russ Branch. I think he's a good coach. It's not a baseball school anymore. It's a football school. All the people in Shelby that play baseball, they moved out more in the suburb. Crest is the best team in Cleveland County probably this year. Burns is probably right there with them. But Shelby, not so much.
At 225 on it. If I don't get it, then we'll just have to have some.
Looks like she got Lincoln Chargers.
I got them already.
Okay. They tried to get Mark. They didn't get it. Now they're walking back over there.
Alex said
got sweet talk a little bit.
Let me just write it. You got a dry erase marker.
You got your pen?
Right
2 minutes.
South Caldwell 3 and 7. You got any napkins up here?
Yeah, toilet paper.
I've been looking for a double-sided whiteboard forever. I just, what I need to do is grab another one out of my kids. Got a black marker when it's ready. Welcome to Hudson, North Carolina, in the Appalachian foothills of Caldwell County for a talent-packed out-of-conference matchup between Lincoln Charter and South Caldwell. Both teams had a rough past week and are looking to right the ship as we near the halfway point of the season. The Eagles are hoping to gain altitude after dropping 3 straight, and the Spartans are nursing some battle injuries after dropping 2 conference games of their own. Both teams have their best arms going this evening, and with tons of college talent on both sides, expect a battle to remember.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. I'm Hunter Street with Ryan Cook, and we're live on the campus of South Caldwell High School for an out-of-conference matchup between the Lincoln Charter Eagles and the South Caldwell Spartans. Had a nice, easy setup here. Got here super early. We got baseball, track. I think softball's on the road at Lake Norman. So packed day for Spartan Athletics.
And as usual, great host here in South Caldwell, hooking us up, chicken sandwiches, comfortable AC in the press box. And look at that. Coach Parham does have a lineup for us. So everything is right in the world. Everything is grand in Spartan land. And we're going to hop right into telling you a little bit about these coaches.
I'll let you detail the coaches. We just got our lineup. I'm going to get that squared away real quick, and then we'll be good to go.
Now, not a stranger to you. We just seen him last week. Lincoln Charter, headed up by Coach Scott Clark. This is his 11th year at Lincoln Charter. He was part of that Elon University class of 2000, so a Division I baseball player that brings a lot into the dugout, a lot of experience for these Lincoln Charter Eagles. Before coming over to Lincoln Charter, he also coached a little bit at East Lincoln, and he also had a year at Hunter Huss. So, again, Coach Clark doing a great job there at Lincoln Charter. Again, with that background, it's no surprise why these Eagles have been flying high over the last couple seasons. And then for your hometown South Caldwell Spartans, you got a legend in the dugout and Coach Jeff Parham. This is his 38th year at South Caldwell, 25th season as the head coach. I think I have this right. You might be able to double check me here, but I believe he is currently 518 and 130. We're all shaking our shoulders, but we do know that he won his 500th game last year, and that's a huge milestone, especially since the only other person to do that in the Hudson area was former Coach Lanford, who I think ended with 538 wins. It's on a plaque out there. He coached all the way until 2000. I believe that's when Coach Parham took over. So he is part of the NCBCA Hall of Fame. He was inducted in 2024, and he's done a great job shaping a lot of assistant coaches coming up through the system as well. So both these coaches, they have resumes that you could drool over. So, again, Coach graduated from South Caldwell back in 1983. He was part of that state championship in 1982. He played for Jack Leggett at Western Carolina, and he transferred to Montreat as well when they were at JUCO, and then he went to LR. So, Coach jumped around in his playing days, and he's coached some good ones here. Madison Bumgarner, Cody Penny, who's coaching over at Caldwell. Coach Alan Beck, who's up at Western Carolina, the head coach. So just an amazing baseball community here in South Caldwell, and we're glad to be back. Well, Hunter, are you ready for coaches polls? Now we're getting deeper in the season, so these coaches polls are getting less and less relevant, but we still want to show you how back in January when we sent out these polls to the coaches, they predicted how they thought the standings would end, and when we did the accumulative calculations, this is how it turned out. Tied for first place in the poll was both Alexander Central and South Caldwell. Alexander Central had 3 first place votes, South Caldwell 2. Watauga expected in third. They also got a first place vote. But I'll tell you who's making a lot of noise was that predicted 4th place, St. Stephen's. St. Stephen's has been a thorn in the the Northwestern Conference side since joining. So it's going to be a battle between those 4 we just mentioned. Bringing up the rear, it's number 5, Freedom, and number 6, McDowell. McDowell actually took out Freedom the other day, so there will be a battle for 5th and 6th place. Now, I don't know how that compares to the current standings. We'll bring that up in a minute. But before that, let's give you an update on this week's power rankings. So we're officially in week 5. we'll start with the Foothills Power Rankings. So let's thank our Foothills sponsor. It's Peak Performance Vault. And at Peak Performance Vault, they believe every athlete has the potential to reach new heights and achieve their peak performance. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Peak Performance provides a state-of-the-art training environment for baseball, softball, and golf. Heard you might be golfing this weekend, Hunter.
Maybe.
So golf, baseball, softball, all that training environment combines that modern tech, personalized coaching. So again, get with Peak Performance. They're located at 352 West Main Street in Forest City, North Carolina. You can reach them at 828-289-1592 or peakperformancevault@gmail.com.
Well, I think there's a little shakeup here. I think St. Stephen's took a loss to the
Was it Watauga? No, it might have been Alexander
that
Central.
Pine Lake Prep team.
Oh, yes.
Who swept Lincoln Charter.
Pine Lake Prep swept Lincoln Charter.
Could we see St. Stephen's fall? Could we see South Caldwell rise with a win tonight? We'll find out.
North Lincoln's still at the top, undefeated. Alexander Central's been rolling in conference. East Rutherford looks like they're going to dominate the Western Piedmont Conference. But I'll tell you the nice little addition there at the bottom was to see Crest jump back on at number 10. I think they're going to run that Big South. I think they're going to end up in the middle of these power rankings when all is said and done, because BBU showed the other day their RPI, their strength of schedule, it's one of the best.
Well, I want to mention a lot of these Foothills 10 are actually participating in the Shelby Easter tournament next week. We heard South Caldwell opening up with Shelby. We'll see Crest there. We'll see Burns there. We'll see Mountain.
South Caldwell.
Yeah, so.
And then we also have the one down at Gaston, Sims Legion Park. That's going to be
a Catawba tournament too. So.
Yeah, so we're going to probably be popping into one of those, but operating on a flex schedule, we'll see how it rolls. So
well, let me tell you about our Mountain 10 Power Rankings. They're presented by House of Power. Are you looking for one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, and catching? Strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power. Facility memberships you can train on your own schedule. Cage rentals for individuals and teams. And you need to get with House of Power, founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed. They're conveniently located down in Mills River. Check them out online at hophendersonville.com to learn more. That is hophendersonville.com. And our Mountain 10, we talked to Coach Shep last night after the Pisgah game, because we don't have access to see what the Asheville Citizen Times rankings were. But they had the AC Reynolds Rockets number one. Wow.
Now again, I'm not trying to take anything away from AC, but if you're an educated baseball fan and you know what's going on, like TC Robertson going out to Vegas and going 2-2 in a national tournament does not drop them in the standings compared to the schedules that the rest of these mountain teams are playing. And what happened when they got back into conference? They absolutely murdered the competition. I think they have beat. Oh man, I want to go ahead. I want to go add this up later. But what is the combined win or run differential in their 3 conference games? I think they played 5-inning games. They shut 10-run.
I know 16 and then 11.
It was Inca twice and Irwin once. So again, TC Robertson is a clear number 1.
Well, Pisgah, clear favorite right now in the Mountain 8. Christ School had some good out-of-conference wins, but a bad loss to the Greenville Hurricanes team. So we'll see how they end up at the end of the year. Brevard's looking good. Asheville's looking good. North Wilkes is looking very good, while Starmount fell last night to West Wilkes. So we'll see how the Mountain Valley shakes up. And we want to throw this out there. We're trying to get out to the Mountain Valley semifinals. We're trying to get out to see both of those semifinals back-to-back. Do you know what site that's at?
I don't yet, but it's a one-day, one-site spot. So it's a Wednesday, final week of the season. We'll see the 4 best Mountain Valley teams in one place.
And then to round out the top 10, Madison taking a loss 1-0 to Polk. That probably was a great game. They play tomorrow. And then Tuscola coming in. I had Franklin. You had Tuscola. We'll see how they shake up. Franklin taking the loss last night on the broadcast. Going to see Tuscola against county rival and favorite in the conference, Pisgah, later on this year. So
now Christ School did beat Ambassador Christian yesterday. So that's, and again, I went back and looked at that Greenville Hurricanes team. That's a hard one to figure out. Looks like they've been competitive, but shakeup continues this week. And big shout out to Owen for sweeping Hendersonville in the Western Highlands and making it really interesting.
Well, KJ Bell had a good week, and we're sending him some good iced tea. Whether it's original Carolina Peach, zesty maple, or tropical island time, all you have to do is brew, chill, relax, and repeat. Earl the mascot loves it, and so do we. Order pouch today. Comes with 10 bags for 10 gallons of delicious Salem black tea. Go with them at goodicedtea.com and follow them on Facebook and Instagram as well as X. KJ Bell, sophomore from Kings Mountain Mountaineers, do a 6-inning, no hit, no run, 12K performance. Also going 3 for 8 this week with 3 doubles. I'm not sure who that was against. We'll let Ryan get that once he gets his lineup in. But who'd KJ?
KJ Bell.
What was that?
He pitched against the reigning conference pitcher of the year, Jackson Livingston.
North Gaston. That's what it was.
So 6 no-hit innings. There's a lot of narrative there for me. They ended up getting beat by South Point yesterday pretty badly, but at the moment it kept them in the running for the conference. They still are, but KJ just absolutely was dominant in that conference matchup. So congratulations, KJ.
We appreciate KJ. We appreciate Good Iced Tea for getting him some good tea, sending him some stickers, certificate in the mail as well. Might get down there to see him next week. We'll figure that one out. We've sent a few out. Ryan did that the other day. Saw our fellow Good Iced Tea players of the week. Man, halfway through the season, that's crazy. But let's go.
Well, speaking of halfway through the season, we do have some sponsorship spots left for the rest of the year. So we are going to talk about some prorated spots if any businesses or organizations want to jump into the broadcast with us. Because, again, this is game number 12. So there's really no true halfway point. So, again, Tuesday's game next week, East Henderson and North Henderson will be number 13. So we're stepping over that halfway point. I would still like to find a couple sponsors. So if you like what we're doing and you want to support the second half of the schedule, please reach out. Well, let's hop into some team reviews. Let's hop back into 2025 and talk about Lincoln Charter and South Caldwell and what they're building on this year. So Lincoln Charter finished last season 22-6. It was 13-1 overall in that Catawba Shores Athletic Conference. It was 1A, 2A last year. They were the number 5 seed in the 2A West. First round win against West Wilkes, 10-0. Second round win against RS Central in a back and forth beauty. It was one to remember. They beat RS Central 19-15 in 8 innings. Round 3, huge win over number 4 Burns, 7-5, and then they lost in the 4th round to the eventual state champion winner East Rutherford, 6-5. South Caldwell, they're coming off of a 25-3 season where they were undefeated in the Northwestern Conference. They were champions of that 3A, 4A last year. They were the number 2 seed in the 4A West. Had a first-round win against Southeast Guilford, 7-5. Won in the second round against fellow Northwestern rival Watauga, 7-2, before falling in the third round to Marvin Ridge, 4-0.
Well, the reigning champs are cooling off, as I say. It's had a rough week last week for both the Spartans and the Eagles. Lincoln Charter coming in 12-3, 7-2 on the year. Currently second in that Catawba Shores, 2A, 3A, 4A. It's a bunch of charter schools, private schools who are half public. I don't know how it works, but Lincoln Charters wins at 5A South Point, 7A Mooresville, 8A Mallard Creek, and 6A Sun Valley, while sweeping Caribbean Community School Davidson, and Langtree Charter. But like I said, swept by Pine Lake Prep last week, 6-4 in 9 innings and 12-1. They're 6-2 on the road. Current 1-game winning streak over Bradford Prep yesterday, 13-0. They finish out with Bradford Prep tomorrow, but have this little midweek jaunt against the Spartans of South Caldwell. For the Spartans, 10-2 on the year, 3-2 in the Northwestern. Currently tied second. Swept high Brighton. Wins over North Gaston 15-3 and Kings Mountain 13-1. While conference wins are McDowell 12-0, Watauga 6-1, and Freedom 3-2. But both their losses were in conference this week. St. Stephen's close 5-3, as well as at Alexander Central 4-1. They beat Lake Norman as well last week 10-2, and they only have tonight's game and McDowell tomorrow right here. They're 5-1 at home, current 1-game losing streak, so looking to get back on the winning side of things. We'll show you the Northwestern, was that 6A, 7A standings right now, and what surprises you?
Not much, because that's exactly what the that's exactly what the coaches poll said, except McDowell and Freedom flipped there. So I think the biggest surprise is that you got 3 tied for second. So, I mean, someone's got to knock Alexander Central off. If I think everybody's got one game against them left, so if between Stevens, Watauga, and South Caldwell, if they can knock Central out twice, they can make this really interesting.
If I'm not mistaken, I think every team has played every team already.
But only once.
But only once. So if it holds chalk to how the game ones went, then just double your conference record. So I don't think that'll happen.
It's interesting how the Northwestern, they seem to be one of the only conferences we see that splits their games up throughout the schedule. For example, in the Mountain East, the Mountain 8, you play your 2 conference games against the same team each, week by week. So that does make an interesting dynamic for the Northwestern. Alexander Central, right now they're steamrolling, so someone's got to try to throw like a spike strip or something in the road ahead of them. But
I'm interested how, if this ends up being a tie later on in the year, how they're going to seed the conference tournament, man. 3-2, 3-2, 3-2.
It's also interesting to see who's going to meet up in the playoffs as well, because these are all 6As except for McDowell, who's the only 7A in Western North Carolina.
And I hate to say it, I don't know if McDowell's RPI is going to help them in the 7A.
They might miss. They got some talent on that team, but they are definitely struggling a bit. But that win over Freedom is a huge confidence boost.
Well, I figure out where they are at in the RPI, because I think that'd be good to share for the Northwestern fans. I'm going to let you talk about Meineke.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed yet, you are in the pregame show brought to you by Meineke. So again, Meineke has been our pregame sponsor for the last 2 seasons, and with numerous locations in the Western North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. So whether it's oil changes, brakes, mufflers, tires, wheels, or AC, you name it, Meineke is doing car care right.
Well, there are 59 schools in 7A in North Carolina play baseball, and McDowell is currently 34th in the RPI. So I think I'd say locked at halfway point through the season, unless, God forbid, they lose the rest of their games.
Yeah. Well, let's do the Where Are They Now segment of the pregame show. This is where we like to go back in time a little bit and tell you where some of the alumni are playing. So let's start with the away team, Lincoln Charter Eagles. First on my list is Justin Horn. We're a big fan of Justin. He's the first ever Lincoln Charter player to work with Baseball University last year. Actually, I guess 2 years ago now, but he wanted to study aviation, so he ended up at Averett up there in Virginia. Again, they have a full aviation program for anybody interested in flying. You got Brody Thompson, who's currently at Catawba Valley Community College. There's Donnie Davis, who is at Voorhees. Mason Smith, currently at Division I Campbell. Tyler Steele at UNC Pembroke. Matt Cipriano at Erskine. Nate Rollins is at Bluefield State. That's a name we remember from Cherryville, post 100, playing them in the Area 4 Legion schedule. And then, of course, Evan Myers. He's having a great freshman season at Western Carolina, the lefty up on the bump, already contributing. For South Caldwell, a couple names you might remember. Mason Rising, currently at Charleston Southern. Chase Johnson, a graduate from last year at Erskine. Bryson Jenwright at Brevard. Walker Hartley at Cleveland Community College. Graham Waters, he took home the CamWood Bat Player of the Game against Inca when we were here last season. He's at Pfeiffer, along with Carter Blay and Dylan Dula. So 3 alumni at Pfeiffer. A few players we want you to keep an eye on tonight, especially you college coaches tuning in. You may be checking in on some of your current commits or some of these underclassmen we're going to mention. But first with Lincoln Charter, 4 seniors committed to play college ball at the next level. First, tonight's starting pitcher, Canton Bear. He'll be playing for Coach Johnson at Surrey. Danny Okanuski will be playing at competitive Guilford College in that ODAC division. Very good D3 baseball. Ryder Springston heading up to Maryland. He's going to be playing at Hood College. That's on the easternmost ridge of the Blue Ridge Mountains up there in Frederick, Maryland, playing for Coach Victory. You may remember him. He was coach at Brevard College for several years. And then finally, Adam Rogers. He'll be in the middle infield. He's going to Mars Hill. For Lincoln Charter, it's a lot of sophomores. It's seniors and sophomores. So of those sophomores, a few to mention, you have Reed Osborne, who took home the CamWood Bat a couple weeks ago in that matchup versus East Lincoln. Caden McFalls, he'll be out in left field. He's also a left-handed pitcher. Noah Brown, he was a strong left-handed arm we saw at the end of that East Lincoln game. Ethan Rollins is a right-hander to look out for. And then one to mention, but not in the lineup, is Christian Cherry, We were really excited about him. Very good athlete, but he is out with a lower, I think, a leg injury. So a couple out of the lineup tonight for Coach Clark. South Caldwell, there's 4 strong JUCO commits for you to look out for in this senior class. You got Corey McCall, center fielder, looking strong. He's got over-the-fence power. Corey heading off to Wake Tech to play for Coach Russ next year. 2 of your South Caldwell seniors are committed to Surrey. They'll be joining Canton Bear there next year. That'll be Nate Hall. He's your starting pitcher here. So both starting pitchers heading off to Surrey. So you know Coach Johnson and Coach Cheek will probably be checking in on this one. Chase Cardwell, scrappy baller, left-handed swinger. He's going to be a shortstop tonight. We really like the way he plays baseball. He's also heading to Surrey. And then right-handed pitcher Luke Church committed to Cleveland Community College. So 4 seniors committed. 1 uncommitted senior in the lineup that you have to keep an eye on is third baseman Luke Williams. Always been impressed with Luke. Performed really well last year when we saw him. Worked out with Luke a couple weeks ago down at Arena in Mooresville. This kid can play. I've talked to him a little bit about weighing his junior college options. I know he's got big 4-year aspirations. If he keeps working hard, he'll make it. But again, he's uncommitted and he wants to go where he can play every day. A junior that I want you to look out for is Jacob Perkins. Been hearing a lot of good things about him, both at the bat and on the bump. So I think we'll add a couple underclassmen as the game goes through and we learn a few more names. But this is a senior-heavy South Caldwell team, and that's going to play into our keys of the game as well.
Well, what makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, and rental agencies. Meineke is proud to sponsor the Meineke Fleet. Keys to the game. Nice keys today.
They're getting better every week. A little more punny. Trying to do some play on words. A lot of it is a matter of getting ahead, right? If I have more time, I can think. Those days that we're rushing, well, it's probably more euphemism and just lazy writing, to be honest. Well, unless you're Twitter and you think everything I write is AI, I got to get to that.
This is not AI. This is straight up amazing keys followed by the legendary Ryan Cook.
All right, so
not defense, not pitching.
All right, first one here. Lincoln Charter. Remember to pay the power bill. Okay, you lost 3 games in a row. They've been tough losses. But in those losses, you only averaged 3 runs a game offensively. And this is an Eagles team that needs to find the muscle that totaled 15 home runs in the earlier half of the season. So Lincoln Charter needs to turn the power back on, try to find some timely extra base hits with runners on base, because that's the only way they're going to defeat a tough Spartans pitching staff tonight. Second key, throw everything at them, including the kitchen sink. After defeating Bradford Prep 13-0, it's a weak conference opponent. They'll have another W waiting for them tomorrow when they play Bradford Prep again. So tonight, this is the most challenging game of the week. No reason to hold back their arms. Throw everything you got at them. Don't be afraid of pitch counts. Making a pitch and change to go to your best person, whatever fits. Like, pitch counts should be off the table tonight. Lincoln Charter should be trying to win this game with their arms. Keys of the game for South Caldwell. First one is change up the mix. Change up in quotes. Lincoln Charter is a left-handed dominant lineup. When we saw them a couple weeks ago, every single bat that seemed to roll through that lineup was a lefty. So Nate Hall, if you're on the bump tonight, your changeup better be working, because that's still the best pitch to get a southpaw out and keep their lineup in check. Second and final key is this is Sparta. You got to come out with that intensity from it's like that movie, was it 500, 100? What was that crazy movie back in the day?
300.
Was it 300? 300, yeah. Sorry, I don't watch a lot of movies. But I do remember the famous line, right? And when you have 8 strong seniors, you got to come out and make yourself known. So I'm looking for these seniors to step up, be loud, be energetic, get everyone focused on the field and in the dugout. And these seniors need to keep this team locked in, because they need a good W to right this ship before heading back into conference play. Fans need to know who South Caldwell is after this game, and we're looking at you seniors. So, yeah, I see them coming in and not necessarily kicking Lincoln Charter into a pit like that movie, but, like, metaphorically, yes. Well, IO is finishing up out here, and
I got the 6A RPI pulled up. I also went and made sure that every battery pack was on.
I think they're good.
I think we're good.
I think the whole idea of plugging them in right before the game is the way to go. So again, last time we did a Lincoln Charter game, we had 2 cameras go out. So again, knock on wood, we're going to roll tonight.
Well, I'm excited for the playoffs, and I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves.
Oh,
but
look at
2,
those power
3,
rankings.
and 4 in the RPI are Northwestern 6A teams.
So Alexander Central, South Caldwell, and St. Stephen. Reynolds coming in at number 5. How about that?
The 6A playoffs are going to be interesting because I feel like there's going to be a battle for this home game right here, number 8, between Asheville, Terry Sanford, Charlotte Catholic.
And that's what I'm talking about. Even these RPI here, it's like they have TC ranked number 13.
Well, that's going to be how many more wins.
Yep. Now, granted, TC, they have played a tough schedule. Their losses, 2 against national champs, 1 against Wesleyan, and 1 against, who was it they lost to a couple weeks ago? I'd have to go back and check. But yeah, I'm still betting on TC Robertson, and the way that they're handling the MAC right now shows you this is still the team to beat.
Well, you're going to have a 6A team who's going to have 0 to 1 wins getting into the playoffs.
Ashbrook, number 43.
Well, they're going to get in because they're RPI. They play such a tough schedule.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Freedom will get in too, so I feel like the entire Northwestern will get in. Let's see if there's any early scores coming in from 4 o'clock games around the state.
And speaking of playoffs, like when is it a good time to start predicting and making, because that's one thing we've talked about doing for our Patreon was doing maybe some mid-year playoff predictions.
Well, I think if I can figure out a way to pull the RPI onto it, I can predict.
So do you feel like would we essentially go through and kind of guess the rest of the schedules for a lot of these teams and like how they would win? Like our guess win loss, and then
you can do it.
Okay, that might be something to do on
maybe
a
over
weekend.
spring break. Yeah.
Well, this spring break when we get off, because tomorrow we're down in Charlotte for Charlotte Christian Providence Day, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I think I'm going all in on catching up on video editing. I have 12 games worth of highlights I need to cut up, and when your computer dies on you, man, that really puts you back in this new technological age. But here's one thing I will say about tech. I am very upset with X right now. I've been trying really hard to do more interesting scout write-ups. I never use AI to come up with any literature that we're putting out there for Baseball University. And we posted our monthly or our weekly schedule, and it got labeled as "this is AI," and I'm still just bamboozled with X's. What is that? Does that mean I write like AI?
I don't know.
Like my writing style is like that of artificial intelligence? I'm just completely befoozled. So, with IO finishing up here for South Caldwell, we'll have lineups and the infield-outfield configuration and national anthem coming up in a few. Again, we're here in South Caldwell. Tons of history. Famous Coach Parham down here with over 500 career wins. Coach Lanford, he retired in 2000. He had collected 538 wins, I believe it was, between South Caldwell and the old Hudson High School.
You want to read that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and. So thank you. This is what we passed out there in the pavilion. There's a big brick. I don't know, what would you call that? Just a pillar,
monument,
right?
I guess.
So monument. And there's plaques on 2 sides. I think I know what that third plaque's going to be one day. But this is our history on Coach Fred Lanford. He served as the head coach at Hudson High from 65 to 67, and then transitioned to South Caldwell in that same position. And they won that Northwestern 3A conference 4 times while at Hudson. Won the 4A state championship in 82 with South Caldwell. 7 consecutive years as conference champions from 85 to 91. Undefeated in 94. 500th victory was in 99. They reached the playoffs 19 out of 20 seasons under Coach Lanford. His career record is 538 and 151. That's a 78% winning percentage. Total of 15 conference titles. North Carolina Coach of the Year in 82 and 94. Conference Coach of the Year 15 times. He's also in the George Whitfield Baseball Hall of Fame. He was inducted into the NCHSAA Hall of Fame in 2009. He's in the North Carolina Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame in 2009 as well. And he's a member of the Caldwell County Hall of Fame. Makes me want to burn my resume. So anyway, we appreciate South Caldwell, always one of the best hosts. We might have to do a whole podcast on like top 10 hosts. I think South Caldwell's in the ranking.
East
RS
Lincoln.
Central, East Lincoln's great. North Henderson, West Henderson. I'll
We
tell
just say
you,
Mountain 8.
yeah, all Mount. Well, let me think. Mountain 8, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little salty at Tuscola for not letting us do that playoff game last year. They said that if we live stream the playoff game, that'd take away from gate money. And I'm like, you work at Tuscola. Have you seen every baseball game you've ever done? Like, your attendance is 10 times that of any Region 8 school. So maybe outside of TC.
Well, we'll see in a couple weeks.
Hayesville's a good host. Madison's always been a good host. I mean, outside of Buncombe County and our experience at Freedom that one time, like, I mean, everybody's been pretty solid. So that's just that's why we do what we do. Is Western North Carolina is very community driven. All the high school coaches work together. For example, if I got things that come up about Luke Williams or Nate Hall or somebody after the game, like, I know I can talk to Parham, Coach Laws. I can get with Coach Clark about his guys. That's what's going to help save these boys money in the future, is if we can continue to build around the high school and Legion network and use all our connections, because we all know so many college coaches, so many baseball people. We can pick up phones and try to help our hardest working ball players. They don't need to be going to spend 10, 15 G's on showcase ball anymore. So it's a beautiful thing out here with Western North Carolina baseball. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I think we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break and come back to you here with lineups in just a bit. We can keep the sounds going for the baseball game. Hey, if you want to do a shout out, just say hey for anybody that's interested. This game's being broadcast on YouTube, Baseball University of Blue Ridge. So if anybody's out here, they can text it to their friends and family at home.
Just write it down. Oh, God. Now that would ruin me. I would. I'm not scared of playing it, but what? I didn't know that. This is when I met Paige. I had a girl that I used to work with. She was afraid of frogs. I mean, she was making frogs. You should have told me that. You didn't want. She was out of school.
The doctor's getting ready.
muggles laughing, killing that out. What funny is you? Really? I was hoping you like that girl. Mainly at the movies.
My marketing skills are still very subpar.
I have not. Plus Nate sees him shower. He takes a speaker in there and hear it cut off. And I'll bet that's really insane. I'm like, I mean, acoustically it is. It's not bad. Acoustically it is. At least he's on the other end of the house. Braves win 5-1. There comes Blue. Car on fire on Interstate 40. I don't know where that's at. Someone else went today. I mean, about 10 boxes in, it just started smoking. If I was home and I see a fireball put down there, I'll know it's you. I mean, I was like 3 minutes away from the post office. I called my boss. I said, I'm on fire or something. She's like, bring it back in. I was like, I ain't bringing it in now. It's smoking too bad. I'll let it cool off and bring it back. So I waited. I pulled her in the office and she called me as I was back. She goes, actually, they told me they had me towed. I'm like, too late for that. I'm already back. Yeah. Well, that's what she told me to do. No fireball.
Well, I don't know if we'll get the first pitch in a minute, 8 seconds, but we're getting close.
Yeah, a little bit of rain coming in will give you a game time temperature and
Game time radar look.
a little radar look here for you. It's 65. We do have some rain clouds in the area. It's calling for, this says maybe 0.04, but it's only got rain showing 7 o'clock and then clear for the rest of the evening.
Radar looks good here.
I'll say this type of rain might actually be good for the field. It's just like a spritzing, so there's no pools or puddling happen. So again, I think we'll be all right here for baseball weather in Hudson, North Carolina. So no worries.
Sawmills, Hudson, all the little towns we drove through.
But if you are listening at home, I will say go ahead and share the link with friends and family that are wanting to check in. Again, we appreciate everybody that tunes in this evening. This will be a good one. And a lot of people will be watching this on the replay too. We've noticed that, at the end of the night, we might have 300 views. You wake up in the morning, it's 600. All these kids go home and they want to see themselves play. But we're going to go ahead and let the PA announcer do his job. And we'll be back to you here with lineups after the national anthem.
The non-conference baseball game.
Before we get into tonight's action, we'd like to remind everyone that by order of Caldwell County Board of Education, the use of tobacco products here at South Caldwell is prohibited. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at your starting lineups, beginning the Lincoln Charter Eagles. Leading off the Eagles and pitching tonight, number 4, Canton Bear. Batting second for the Eagles and playing second base, number 1, Danny Boranowski. Batting third for the Eagles and playing right field, number 2, Reed Osborne. Batting fourth for the Eagles, a designated hitter, number 9, Jacob Jenkins. Catching tonight with the Eagles, number 16, Hank Cook. Batting fifth for the Eagles and starting at shortstop, number 3, Adam Rogers. Batting sixth for the Eagles and starting at third base, number 33, Tyler Waterman. Batting seventh for the Eagles and starting at first base, number 6, Noah Brown. Batting eighth for the Eagles and starting at center field, number 8, Ryder Springston. And batting ninth for the Eagles and starting left field, number 10, Caden McMahon. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and welcome to the field your South Caldwell Spartans. Leading off with the Spartans and starting at shortstop, number 6, Chase Cardwell. Batting second for the Spartans and pitching tonight, number 4, Nate Hall. Batting third for the Spartans, the center fielder, number 1, Corey McCall. Batting fourth for the Spartans, the catcher, number 15, J.P. Smith. Batting fifth for the Spartans and starting at third base, number 9, Luke Williams. Batting sixth for the Spartans and starting in right field, number 12, Luke Church. Batting seventh for the Spartans, the designated hitter, number 3, Jacob Perkins. Starting in left field tonight for the Spartans, number 13, Coleman Craig. Batting eighth for the Spartans and starting at first base, number 21, Cooper Dotson. Batting ninth for the Spartans and starting at second base, number 2, Coda Beard. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand as we honor America and the men and women serving in our armed forces across the world with the playing of our national anthem. What so proudly we at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallant. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of Let's play ball.
There we go. That's a play ball. It's the first one we've heard in probably 3 weeks. Well, let's show you that South Caldwell infield outfield configuration real quick here. Again, the battery, starting pitcher Nate Hall, the Surrey commit, throwing to the senior J.P. Smith around the infield. Talented Luke Williams at third base, Chase Cardwell, Nate's fellow Surrey commit. at shortstop. That's Coda Beard, the junior, at second base, and Cooper Dotson at first base. Across the outfield, it'll be Craig, Corey McCall, and Luke Church. Starting lineup here for Lincoln Charter, it'll be Canton Bear leading off. He'll also be pitching this evening. Danny Okanowski batting second. He'll be playing second base. Reed Osborne, he was the CamWood Bats player of the game a couple weeks ago. He's in the 3-hole, strong left-handed swinger. Jaden Jenkins DHing for the catcher Hank Cook in the 4-hole. Adam Rogers, the Mars Hill commit, at shortstop, batting fifth. Tyler Waterman is at third base. Noah Brown, the left-handed swinger, left-handed pitcher, at first base. Ryder Springsteen is the Hood College commit in center field, and Caden McFalls will be in left field. So again, a very senior, sophomore dominant lineup for the Lincoln Charter Eagles.
Well, Bloom Patch Farm right here in Hendersonville is our first aid sponsor. Their specialty micro farm dedicated to rare and extraordinary dahlias. We offer rare dahlia cuttings, premium tubers, healthy potted plants, seasonal bouquet subscriptions, and custom floral work. Bloom Patch Farm ships cuttings and tubers nationwide throughout the year, specializing in rare and hard-to-find varieties, including the stunning water lily varieties. Join us in person on April 11th for our farm sale. Free RSVP tickets are available now on our website. To inquire about seasonal subscription or custom floral designs, email us at bloompatchfarmll@gmail.com. Shop online or reserve your in-person sale tickets at bloompatchfarmllc.com. Bloom Patch Farm, rare blooms grown with intention.
I'll tell you a little bit about your starting pitcher here, Nate Hall. We know Nate pretty well. Nate's guy can bring it up into the mid-8s. He's got a curveball changeup mix. He's going to pound the zone. He works fast. He's a confident young man. He was the reigning conference pitcher of the year here in this Northwestern Conference. So you're not going to see him get intimidated by any good offensive club that comes through, but he's going to have to work hard tonight against a good Lincoln Charter group here. Either way, they are hurting a little bit. Again, Christian Cherry out, and I think the catcher, I think it was Riley Parker we saw behind the plate last time. So there's a couple guys out of this Lincoln Charter lineup tonight, but they're still going to be strong. This game starts with a strike on the corner. Nate Hall going to work for the windup. Again, leadoff hitter here is Canton Bear heading off to Surrey. So two future teammates facing off here, and it looks like Nate Hall is going to win the first round. I don't want to speak too soon. Chase Caldwell out in center field, but called off by Corey McCall for out number one. So Corey letting that hair grow out a little bit, I see in center field.
Love it.
We saw Corey in 3 different environments last year. We saw him playing high school ball here at South Caldwell. We saw him playing for the Legion team in the summer, and then also there's a ground ball up the middle here. Coda Beard to his knees. He's able to knock it down before it gets into the outfield, but it'll be an infield single for Danny Okanowski.
Next up, the Eagles, the right fielder, number 2, Reed Osborne.
We were telling you a little bit about Corey. The third place we saw him is we actually went down to Atlanta. I went with Coach Chubb from Geneva College. We drove down there to scout some talent. We saw Corey playing against NorCal, a really good team for California. And gave me a chance to evaluate Corey in a very high-level setting. And I'll tell you, this is a kid I think can play for a while, and he's heading off to Wake Tech next year to play for Coach Russ. So college talent all up the middle here at South Caldwell. So as your number 3 hitter, Reed Osborne. Reed had a huge game a couple weeks back when we saw them play East Lincoln, hit a home run, took home the CamWood Bats Player of the Game award. Nate Hall ahead 0-1 early on Osborne. This is low and away there. Again, 1 out. Okanowski on first base after the infield single. Got a nice effort by Coda Beard out there to knock that ball down. Swing, and that might be a double play. Chase Caldwell with a beautiful grab. Steps on second and finishes the double play himself. It'll be 6-3. and hit hard, but exactly where you'd want it for that tailor-made double play. That's some BH Granning glove work. We'll talk a little bit more about our in-game sponsors as we move through the inning or through the game. Again, one hit, only 3 batters come to the plate. No damage done. We're heading into the bottom of the first. It's going to be Caldwell, Nate Hall, and Corey McCall. But first, let's take a second to thank our home team sponsors. We got a couple of them this evening, so we're really appreciative of the hometown South Caldwell Spartans this evening. So thank you to the following businesses who are supporting the time that we put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the South Caldwell Spartan prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media afterwards. And those 2 businesses, well, organizations, I should say. The first is Foothills Realty, LLC. Again, your guide to Foothills Living. Again, that's Realty here in town. It's Miss Donna Laws. It's Coach Law's mother that owns this particular business. We really appreciate her support. And then our other sponsor is Poovies Chapel Baptist Church. And I'm really excited about this. I've been trying to get a church sponsor for a while. So I'm really appreciative of Poovies for coming in. They're located in Hudson, North Carolina, and they welcome you and your family to come worship. Opportunities for all ages. They're also offering Bible college and the Pine Mountain Academy and Preschool, and I believe they're trying to work that up to be K through 12. I think they're up to 8th grade right now. Just remember that Jesus loves you, and we do too. So again, if you're looking to find a new place to worship or you want to be around some like-minded folks, head to Poovies Chapel Baptist Church located in Hudson, North Carolina. Well, Hunter, I told you when this game started, I was hoping for a pitcher's duel. And that was a good start to that potential prediction there with the not your conventional 1, 2, 3 inning, but that's the way it worked out for Nate Hall either way. Chase Caldwell, left-handed swinger. He's playing shortstop, but honestly, Chase can play probably 7 positions for you. He can move around the infield and outfield. He's scrappy as all get out. There were several junior college programs that inquired about him through the recruiting process. He's a baller, folks. He's a gamer. Likes to play this game at a high motor. So, again, Coach Johnson's getting a good one, and Chase Caldwell next year at Surrey. Third baseman Waterman up on the grass. Trying to take that bunt away. Backs up even with the bag now. Chase got some pop in that bat. If you put that ball in the inner half, he gets those hands in, he can be an extra base threat. Good speed. Got to chop one down the third base line here. The umpire calls it fair. Throws across on the bounce. Nice pick by Brown at first. So some BH Granning glove work early for the Eagles as well. So nice pick over there by Waterman to make that play on the move. 1 down. It brings Nate to the plate. Looking to provide some offense in order to give himself some breathing room when he's out there pitching on defense. All the way at the back of the batter's box. Athletic crouch stance. Delivery from Bear goes first pitch curveball. Had some good depth to it, but that's ball 1. Corey McCall on deck. Again, Canton Bear pitched very well in that East Lincoln Charter matchup a few weeks back. That ended up being a 10-run rule game too as well. So as Canton delivers this pitch, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to give you the infield-outfield configuration. So, again, your battery mates there, Canton Bear throwing to Hank Cook behind the plate. Around the infield, it's Waterman at third, Adam Rogers at short, Okanowski at second, and Noah Brown at first, and Cade McFalls, Springston, and Reed Osborne from left to right. So 2-2 count here. After this pitch, I'll tell you a little bit about this lineup for the Spartans. There's a swing, got it in on the hands. Let's see if it gets down. It's dying, and it falls in for a single for Nate Hall. So again, oh, wow, I'll tell you what. I looked down for a second. I looked up, and Nate's standing on second base. So that is a double. Quick out of the box. Again, big swing, but on the inside, on the hands. and he just did not stop sprinting around first base. So excellent job by Nate Hall to put a runner in scoring position with only one out. Let's tell you a little bit about that lineup. You've seen Chase, you've seen Nate Hall, and now you got Corey McCall. He's batting third in center field. Behind him is J.P. Smith, followed by Luke Williams, and then Luke Church. That'll be Jacob Perkins batting seventh in the DH spot, hitting for the left fielder Coleman Craig, and then 8 and 9 is Cooper Dotson and Coda Beard. Corey McCall has got some real pop in the bat. Enjoyed seeing him swing it last spring and summer. He's already a pretty physical athlete, but I'll tell you what, it looks like he might put on another 10 pounds since I've seen him in the summer. So the senior group it's a jovial bunch. I enjoy talking to them. Ran into all those seniors before the JV game. Enjoyed catching up. There's a curveball, hits the outside corner, even it up 1-1. Oh no, excuse me, 1-2. This is where I need Canio back, right? Canio focused on the play-by-play. I can try to wrap my head around the college recruiting information throughout the evening, but
I need a window. Got half a window right here.
Well, hey, you got the OBS program. It's a window to the baseball world there. So Corey McCall, I think 3 foul balls in this AB, so making it tough for Bear. Stays 1-2. There's J.P. Smith, the catcher, on deck. Nate Hall out at second base, running for himself. So no courtesy runner as of yet. And Nate runs well. I want to say he ran a 6.7 or a 6.8 for us back at Mars Hill last year.
Is that on the lasers?
It was.
It's awesome.
The
lasers.
Arena, it was the Arena Gear lasers. That was a great investment last year. It was a hard bounder in the hole. It's knocked down by Rogers. Looks hauled back, and he's going to get McCall at first base by half a step. Here's some grunts and groans out there, but I think that was the right call. Nice job by Rogers to put eyes on Hall and keep him in place there. Throughout the past couple of weeks, we've seen a few of those runners at second get thrown out at third on those bounding balls in the hole, taken off on contact. So still one runner out there in scoring position. That's Nate Hall at second, J.P. Smith now at the plate.
Good call. Very close, though. Look at that. I mean,
Yep.
Not even
Bang,
half
bang.
a step, like a quarter step.
Curveball by Bears popped up into right field. That's Osborne out there, and he puts it away while losing his hat. So 1 hit, 4 come to the plate, 1 left on, no runs. Heading into the top of the second, it'll be Jaden Jenkins, Adam Rogers, and Tyler Waterman to the plate.
Well, for the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcast, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1, and all the money raised stays right here in Western North Carolina. Support Mountain Baseball and support Foothills Baseball. Thank you for all of our Patreon patrons for subscribing and getting all the content out early. They get it about 8 to 12 hours early, sometimes 24, and then some stuff that
This week was a little tough getting things out. This weekend I was occupied, and Monday was a busy day, and this weekend we'll sit down and do a podcast for our power rankings and weekend review. Again, I got a lot of highlights I'm working on right now. Those will be posted on X, but I'm working on some highlight tapes. That'll be fun content. But, you know, if you got $1 to spare and you like what you're watching, join the Patreon. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by the articles and content. I don't think there's anybody else out there doing what we're doing with baseball west of Charlotte. Heading into the second, let's thank our second inning sponsor, Comfort Keepers. Comfort Keepers specializes in comforting solutions for in-home senior care. Nothing is more important than helping people to live full, independent, and dignified lives within the comfort of their own homes. Comfort Keepers offers an extensive range of non-medical care services tailored to the unique needs of each individual they serve. Serving Buncombe and Henderson counties, they're also hiring for part-time positions. They need flexible people for AM and PM shifts in the Asheville and Hendersonville areas. So contact them today at 828-687-1199 or Asheville at comfortkeepers.com. So I think Comfort Keepers is in for Legion as well. We're starting to look for some Legion broadcast sponsors. We're trying to cover Area 4 again. Last year we followed Post 70 around. We'd like to open it up a little bit more this year and incorporate the greater Area 4 region. I feel we were able to see every Legion team last year except for one, I believe. So again, 10 games is what we covered. We'll try to open it up a little bit more. A lot of it really depends on finding good sponsors. So if you have a business organization that wants to get behind Area 4 Legion coverage, reach out to us. Nate Hall's first pitch here in the second. Another lefty to the plate here in Jaden Jenkins, DHing for the catcher. Swing and a miss, off speed there. I don't know if that was a curve or a changeup out of the hand, but if you were paying attention in the Meineke pregame show, we talked a lot about how the changeup might be the most important pitch with all these lefties coming through the lineup for the Eagles. Big bounder to second baseman Coda Beard. That's a 4-3 put out for out number one. About as routine as he can get there. So nice job by Hall to keep pitching to contact. Pitch counts down. Motoring through this game.
Here's your lefty up. And how many of them tonight?
Let's see. I think this is the third one. I think our first two batters are righties, I believe. So Adam Rogers now batting the shortstop. Adam going to be playing for Coach Honeycutt at Mars Hill. That's Southern Athletic Conference, the SAC, next year. And Mars Hill will be there in June for our next prospect filming, our first prospect filming of the summer. Got a beautiful turf infield up there. They just built that new hitting warehouse shed next to the field. 2-1. 2-1 delivery coming from Hall. Goes to the curveball, swing and a miss, evens it up 2-2. It's a good mix here. Pitching backwards a little bit. Gets the ball, doesn't traverse around the mound. He just prepares to throw the next pitch. Not wasting any time. Swing, and there's a ground ball at the middle, and that is going to find its way into center field. So 2 singles for the Lincoln Charter Eagles so far. Both had similar looks to them. C&I grounders that found their way up the middle. And we'll see if this pattern exists or continues to persist in the second inning here. After a quick out in the first and a single, Hall was able to induce the double play, 6-3. Caldwell took it himself. Another double play opportunity here if Hall can work a ground ball. Again, Waterman, the third baseman this evening. We're in number 33. Swing and a foul ball, so Hall is ahead quickly here, 0-2. Strikeout would be nice, but a precision pitch here on the lower half of the strike zone might bring that ground ball double play we're looking for. Long hold by Hall. Fouled back to the netting by Waterman. Waterman, I think he might be the lone junior in the lineup tonight. Yep, on second look, he is the only junior in the lineup. Only 3 on the roster. Again, a very senior, sophomore heavy roster for Lincoln Charter.
I noticed that because I pulled all the prospects and I was like, let's see. And then sophomore.
I mean, you see that a lot in the mountains sometimes, like just certain pockets of classes will come up together, and sometimes you'll have barren years where it just seems like nobody's playing baseball.
That must be. Well, I wouldn't even say that because you look at the other Lincoln County schools. It's just that one, they got a bunch together.
Here's a ground ball bound into Luke Williams. He's going to go to second for 1. Coda not in time on the transfer to first base, so it'll be a fielder's choice for Waterman. Rogers out 5-4. So 2 outs now.
First baseman, number 6, Noah Brown.
And what do you know? Another lefty to the plate, Noah Brown. We saw Noah pitch in that East Lincoln game too, and that really stood out. He's got some good stuff in that arm. Must be something in the water down in that side of Lincoln County. A lot of lefties. Unless it's a requirement to apply for the charter school. Noah Brown going to someone out to right center field. That's going to get down. McCall, that's a good track on. He's going to hold Brown to a single. But Waterman off on contact with 2 outs is going to make it all the way to third base. Makes it a little interesting here in the second inning. 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. Ryder Springston, a center fielder, commit to Hood College.
Next up, the Eagles center fielder, number 8, Ryder Springston.
Again, Hood College is a school I'd like more Western North Carolina athletes to know about. It's located up in Frederick, Maryland. Frederick on the easternmost ridge of the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's minor league baseball town. They got the Frederick Keys. Hood is a very good academic school as well. Very highly regarded for business, computer science. Nice block up there by J.P. Smith behind the plate. Still would love to find a Mason for some block work, but we're going to call it our B.H. Granning glove work. That is a great defensive play there. It saved a run. 1-0 count. Runner stays. Fastball yanked outside. 2-0. So for the first time today, I believe Nate Hall's in the 2-0 count. He's been getting ahead of these batters. Number 9 hitter Caden McFall's on deck, a lefty. Fastball misses higher, 3-0.
You getting a green light here?
Probably not. But if you're Hall, I think you try to come back. I don't think you try to lose this batter here at the 8 hole. You know what I mean? Fastball right down the pipe. The classic Little League 3-0 bunt show.
I never understood that.
So Hall trying to work all the way back. Runner goes here, but it's going to be a ball. They throw down. Umpire's got to be a little more vocal with that call. J.P. Smith should have held on to that baseball, especially that 1st and 3rd, but it's called strike. There's a play on him. It's ball 4. So bases loaded for the number 9 hitter here, Caden McFalls, left fielder this evening. Another lefty in this lineup. So I think it's 7 lefties tonight, if my count was correct. I think it's 1 less than what we saw at East Lincoln. I think they were 8 deep. So Nate's got to find that strike zone. Fell behind 3-0 to Springston. Falls behind 1-0 here to McFalls. Swing and a looper foul. So drop the barrel out early. Hooks it foul. 1-1 count. Coach Clark down there in the ear of his runner at third base, Waterman. Maybe he's trying to tell him, hey, look, it's 1-1. You see that off speed. Read that dirt ball. And we've seen fields with more foul territory, of a deeper backstop. But there's plenty of room here for a pass ball for a runner to scoot in from third base. Padded brick walls. Not like East Henderson and some of those other fields with the straight bricks where every pass balls ricocheting right back to the catcher. Still a bit of an overcast look out there with that sprinkle we had earlier. Swing and a foul ball back to the netting. Hall is ahead here, 1-2, so back in familiar territory, ahead of the batters. He can go to his pitch, his mix. J.P. Smith working hard back there. So if he needs to bury one, he can, because strike 3, you just step on home plate. There it is, strike 3. Big pitch by Nate Hall there to work out of the jam. So 3 hits. They leave the base, or excuse me, 2 hits and a walk. They leave the bases loaded with no runs, no errors. It is a 0-0 game heading into the bottom of the second. It'll be Luke Williams, Luke Church, and Jacob Perkins.
Well, thank you to the following businesses who are away team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches. Pregame, and editing and posting highlights for the Lincoln Charter Eagle prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Carolina Elite Insurance. If you're looking for insurance you can trust, look no further than Carolina Elite. Locally owned and dedicated to protecting families and businesses across the Carolinas, Carolina Elite offers everything from auto and home to business and life insurance. If you have a teen driver in your house, we work hard to find great rates for young drivers, helping families save money while keeping their kids protected on the road. Give us a call today, Carolina Elite Insurance, 704-865-4456. Appreciate
Carolina Elite Insurance.
What was his name?
Oh, we'll get back to that. I'm trying to type here.
Too many.
So this is where we're having Cameo around yesterday. It was nice to be able to type up some of these X updates. So again, Nate Hall with a big K, the bases loaded to escape a bases loaded.
Leading off to the Spartans, the third baseman, number 9, Luke Williams.
0-0. Watch live.
Did he call that strike?
Says ball 1 out there. What do we got? Let's see. All right, so heading into the bottom of the second here, we got Luke Williams up. He's going to take one in the dirt here. Apologize. I'm trying to throw an update out there on the old social media and see if we can get some more.
Boost the viewership. Send it out. Text it. Tweet it. Facebook it. Pigeon. Carry pigeon. Foul ball to the right side of the field. Kid's going to get it. Probably get a piece of bubble gum or maybe a Kit Kat.
No, I think they were giving them lollipops today. Was that the word on the street? Yeah.
How's the Kit Kat supply in the concession stand?
I still don't know this joke. This is the second time he brought this up. Like, did someone steal a bunch of Kit Kats?
In Europe. They stole a truckload.
Okay. Was this like the Italian job too or something? Like,
Bro, I don't know.
Swing and a miss here, so 3-2 full.
I just heard it on the Braves broadcast the other day, and Wiley Ballard was eating about 7 of them in the dugout as the sideline.
My favorite headline was what I was joking with Tyler Stevenson about last night was the quadra amputee
quadriplegic cornhole player who
Yeah.
got convicted of a very serious crime.
Yeah, I was like, what do you got going on in your cornhole league there, Coach Stevenson? Swing and a foul ball dribbler here. So Luke Williams working hard in a full count. And Luke, we mentioned him in the pregame. He's an uncommitted senior, plenty of talent to play at the next level. I think he'd be a good one for some of our competitive JUCOs to look into. Or, again, if they think he's physical enough, he's looking for 4-year opportunities as well. He's going to draw a walk here.
I don't know why that.
Next up for the Spartans, the right fielder, number 12.
Well, the good news of the day is the astronauts successfully launched Artemis 2.
Oh, yeah? Is that the one that's going to the moon?
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly. What's the moon? Let's see here.
It's a
So
hologram.
one Luke walks, another Luke up to the plate, and Luke Church, he's in right field tonight. He's gonna take ball high here. Ken Bear doesn't like that call. He's wearing it on his face, but looked a little high from here.
I wonder if we can see it from here. You think? Probably not with the overcast.
There's a swing, and we might have ourselves a double play ball here. That was a nice pickup by Waterman. He goes to Okanuski, and he throws across to Brown to finish it. So it's a 5-4-3 double play.
The designated hitter, number 3, Jacob Perkins.
So Jacob Perkins coming to the plate with nobody on and 2 outs now. So Bear trying to keep this a scoreless game here. Swing and a foul. It's Heath Jenkins, by the way. Sorry, caught me off guard earlier, but Heath is the Carolina Elite Insurance guy. So again, we thank Heath Jenkins. Calls time here, backs out.
Look at that angle.
There's some nice angles here on the broadcast tonight. Say Hunter's got to start pulling some of these for the potential next level play of the game.
I started pulling them early this time.
Next level baseball North Carolina play of the game. Again, Heath, his son is Jaden Jenkins. He's the left-handed swinger we see in the DH spot tonight. So there's a lot of talent in both these lineups, but as far as left-handed talent goes, Lincoln Chargers can't. I've never seen this many lefties in one place.
It's like they forced him as a kid to swing left-handed.
I would say Coach Clark gets these kids early and says, "What are you doing? That's not how you swing a bat. You got to stand on the other side." I guess my question was Coach Clark, is he a left-handed swinger himself? I didn't see him do an iota to that. I didn't take notice, but it wouldn't surprise me. If not, he better find a left-handed hitting coach.
What, you can't teach how to swing righty as a lefty, so you got to teach lefty.
No, it's not true at all. It's not true at all. Best hitting coach in Western North Carolina is a lefty, and he's teaching righties, Coach Mitchell. So pop fly to right fielder Osborne by Perkins finishes the inning. So one walk erased quickly on a double play. And Canton Bear and Nate Hall are engaged in a early pitcher's duel heading into the top of the third. It's going to be the top of the lineup. Canton Bear, Danny Okanuski, and Reed Osborne to the plate for the Eagles.
Well, stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. Like us on Facebook, Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X and Instagram @bbuniversitywNC. And check out the website, baseballu.org.
Nate Hall out for a third inning of work. He was cruising before he ran into the 7-8-9 hitters. So with a runner on and 2 outs in the second, allowed the single to Noah Brown, the walk to Ryder Springston before a big K to Caden McFalls with the bases loaded, keeping it a 0-0 game.
Leading off the Eagles at the top of the third inning, the pitcher, number 4, Canton Bear.
Hey, we want to thank our third inning sponsor, American Legion Post 70. They've been a proud sponsor of Baseball University for a couple years. And reminder that we're trying to find sponsors to cover Area 4 this year. American Legion Post 70 ran the table last year. They won Area 4. They won the state championship. They won the regionals. And they made it all the way to Shelby. They were 2-1 in the American Legion World Series and eliminated on a technicality tiebreaker. It was a great run. We're hoping that our best in Western North Carolina come out to try out again. We just had a tryout on March 28th. We got 2 more coming up. Again, Coach Decker texted me the dates the other day. Here's a drive to left field. That'll be a single to lead off the third for Canton Bear. Next tryout is April 12th. It's going to be at Asheville High School at 2 o'clock. That's senior only. And April 26th, following state game tryouts at AC Reynolds. That is junior only. You have to attend at least one tryout. So again, actually, I got that wrong. I think it's 4/19. It's April 19th at Reynolds. I apologize. So April 12th at Asheville, April 19th at Reynolds. But again, play Legion baseball. Bunt here. Hall quickly off the mound. Guns it over to the first baseman, Dotson, for out number one. So it'll be a sack bunt.
The Eagles, right fielder number 2, Lee Osborne.
So Danny Okanowski will not be charged in the box score. He's still 1 for 1 after that sack bunt. Canton Bear moves up to second. Coach Clark might be catching on. This might be a tough game to score a run. So going to the bunt early. I like that. Big fan of small ball. Reed Osborne grounded into that hard double play to Chase Caldwell back in the first inning. And I'll tell you, that home run that he hit at East Lincoln, when we were watching the replay, he loaded up.
Oh, yeah.
It's like he knew something was coming and he was timed up. So I think that's where Nate's going to have to maybe pull the Bugs Bunny changeup out on him here, depending on the sequence. So Osborne's 1-1 count. Again, left-handed swinger, crowds that plate a good bit. Targets on the outside corner here. Goes the curveball. Ooh, just missed high. So South Caldwell baseball has been playing good over the last couple of years, but the softball team had a good year this past year. Did they win states? Was that the? Yes. So, and 2025 state champion softball team.
I saw they were up 5-0 in the first.
There's a swing and a drive, and that is over the glove of Beard. Throw comes in from right field. They're going to hold the runner at third there. So it's going to be a first and third situation with one out. So good swing by Osborne. Beard took off, but left his feet, but was out of the reach of the leather. So first and third with one out. Nate Hall's going to have to try to work out another jam here. Again, lefty dominant lineup tonight. So Jaden Jenkins, the senior DH, hitting for the catcher, Hank Cook. Again, Jaden, talented ball player, good enough to play at the next level. I think he's still trying to figure out what he wants to do at the next level. Right now, he's looking to drive in the first run of the game if he can find something to hit here. And if you're Nate Hall, maybe hoping for a hard ground ball to your middle. Maybe going to work a pop-up or a strikeout, trying to find a way to keep that runner at third base at bay. Swing and a pop fly into left field. Craig in on it. Let's see if there's going to be a throw home. There is, but it's going to tail wide, and sac fly RBI is going to be the first run of this game. So sac fly RBI by Jaden Jenkins opens up the scoring. It's Canton Bear to come in to score the first run of the game. Osborne does not move up on the backside of the play. So 2 outs now for Adam Rogers. Adam Rogers singled back in the second inning. Pitching a big swing and a miss. 0-1. So again, a plethora of lefties in the middle of this lineup here for Coach Clark. Both these teams trying to – oh! They call him safe. Osborne was dancing off at first. It seemed like Hall had timed it perfectly, spun through, bang, bang play. Hunter's probably going to check a replay after that. Ball outside. So 1-1 count. Oh, did he? My bad. I didn't see a movement by the umpire. So 0-2 count. Hey, that might open up the changeup right here. Runner goes. Swing and a pop-up. Beard. McCall in. He's going to call him off. And that'll be out number 3. So McCall taking charge in center field. We got 2 singles and a sac fly RBI. Breaks open the score in here. 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 3rd. It'll be Cooper Dotson, Coda Beard, and then back to the top of the lineup and Chase Caldwell. Still early. It's a 1-0 nail biter right now. It'll be interesting to see how this one works itself out. We've seen some double plays. We've seen some small ball, some sack bunts. Only the 1 error? Do we have an error yet?
Our statistician said ball may hit the center. It would have been a single. The kid bobbled.
Did he? That's actually not a. I was wondering. We can go back and watch that because I was writing it down in the book and I looked up and he's staying on second. So that could be an error.
I don't know if he
We'll go back and look and make our call.
Okay.
You know, if we need to.
I got a text message.
If we need to throw Dukes later about it, we can. Fumbling ball, and that may be very well true. So either a single. I'll put a question mark next to it here. We'll come back to it. So Cooper Dotson, Coda Beard, Chase Caldwell. Let's tell you a little bit about our in-game sponsors here at the break. You'll hear a lot of businesses mentioned throughout the broadcast based on specific action. So if there's a pitching mound visit, we'll be speaking about our mound visit sponsor, Ion Outdoors. After the 4th inning, we'll be talking about our insurance run sponsor, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance. Any Gold Glove web gems out there, there'll be BH Granning Landscapes. That'll be BH Granning Glove Work is what we call it. There's a swing and a ground ball. Routines to second baseman Okanowski. That'll be out number 1. Every time there's a stolen base, that's brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Any called strike 3s, that'll be Burlett Painting, painting the corners with Burlett. Hunter's already searching for our next level baseball North Carolina play of the game. So again, we try to select one great play each game and show it to you in the post game. And then of course, CamWood Bats. It's our player of the game sponsor. Player of the games are rewarded with a trophy bat made by CamWood. We've been using a dummy bat for the first half as they're catching up on our order. But we got some beautiful bats that we'll be getting to all our winners so far. We're going to go on a little tour day in North Carolina. Nice play there by Waterman. Into the glove and out quickly for out number 2, 5-3. So 2 ground ball outs here from Bear.
Next up in the Spark, the shortstop, number 6, Chase Caldwell.
I'm going to go ahead and pull out the radar gun for the first time this evening and see what Bear is sitting at. I want to say he was mid-8s when we saw him down in Denver, at East Lincoln. I get no read there? Come on now. So we're a little elevated here, but I should be able to get a read. So again, Chase Caldwell up for a second time. There we go, 83 on the gun. So that sounds about right. Be a mid-8s arm. So a little discrepancy here on the strike call. I think we are 1-1. I don't think the umpire's been calling a poor game by any means, but he needs to be more vocal, like animated, like let us know what the call is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like that dude from Ice Age or whatever.
Got the sloth out there. Goes the curveball there, 72.
Like, see what I mean? It's like 3 seconds and
every umpire's got their style. Now I know to look for it. Now I know to wait a little bit. It's okay. 1-2 delivery. Goes back to a changeup there. I think it's 74 on the gun. Looked like a changeup. It's a decent discrepancy in the velos there between off-speed and fastball. See if he goes back to the off-speed. Yep. Bounces a curveball at 73. So 3-2 count now. And with 2 outs at the top of the lineup, I say go ahead and challenge them. Give them your best fastball after 3 straight off speed. I think it was a curveball, changeup, curveball sequence. So maybe an elevated fastball around the letters might be the pitch of choice. 84 fouled off. Is this the double? All right, let's see here. So we're watching the replay on the Nate Hall single, maybe double.
He stutters a little bit rounded first.
I'm giving him the double. He
That's
did
what I was
not
thinking.
stop, man. I'm
That's what I was
telling you, like,
thinking.
even if he would have had it clean, I think he's safe. So they check down at first here on Caldwell on the check swing. They're saying no swing, so a 2-out base runner. So yeah, we're giving Nate Hall a double on that, even with the stumble. Like, we were looking at the replay and just, I mean, did not slow down out the box at all. So came around first full speed. You know, even if he picks it up clean, I mean, that was a subtle bobble. He picks it up clean. I think he's still probably safe by a foot. Quick pick here. Not in time, though. Caldwell safe under the tag.
I like these fries in a Hershey's cookies and cream box.
We've been hitting up some really good concession stands. Caldwell picked a great pitch to run on there. So that is a Hauling and Solutions and Grading stolen base. So again, just like Andrew Casario is hauling gravel and mulch all over Henderson County, Chase Caldwell is hauling some tail to get into second base there. So 2-out base runner and some timely hitting here by Hall would be nice, as it would even the score before heading back out to take the mound again. So 1-1 count. Ended up being a fairly pretty evening here. The rain looks like it's not going to be a factor at all.
It was nice. It cooled it down very well.
Yeah.
It was a warm one while we were setting up with all the concrete around the backstop here in the stadium.
Summer, or excuse me, I say spring. Spring's finally creeping up on us.
Saw butterflies on the butterfly bush leaving today. They were
It was a
me.
brutal winter. This is probably the worst winter we've had in
And it wasn't even
about
that
maybe
bad
5
then.
years.
It wasn't even that bad then.
It wasn't
like
a
it's the
bad
worst.
winter.
Yeah.
It was a long winter. It just stayed cold. Even when it wasn't snowing or frosting over, it stayed cold. So to have baseball weather, 75 felt like 85.
Yeah.
But that's really just, we didn't have our little blueberry springs or whatever we have up in the mountains where
Some
we
50s in
December.
December.
usually get some 70s, 80s even in February just for a hot minute. There's a swing to drive to left field, but that is right into the glove of McFalls. So put a charge into it, but could not find the grass. So line out to the left fielder for the final out. So a walk, 1 left on, heading into the top of the 4th. It's 1-0 Lincoln Charter, and they'll be sending their 6, 7, 8 hitters, Waterman, Brown, and Springston to the plate.
St. Patesman.
Well,
I did see Smoky Mountain lost to Pigeon Forge.
Man, Smoky. Well, at least it's an out-of-conference game. I say Smoky's been close, but have yet to earn a win in the Mountain 8 standings. Check some scores here for you folks. We love checking scores during the game, but it's Wednesday, so it might be a quiet evening.
If you got any scores, drop them in the chat. No, Asheville's playing Daniel. Alexander Central, Lake Norman. Crested Burns. Piedmont Community Charter and Bandies.
Daniel beats Asheville 13-1.
Wow. Is that in 5?
One of my former players from Christ School, Corbin Spilliards, I believe, plays for Daniel. He's a Wake Tech commit. Or no, Wake Forest commit, sorry. Towns County beating up on Robbinsville out there, 8-0. Bessemer City falls to North Gaston, 12-3. Ashbrook is playing North Mecklenburg. It's Coach McClung, former Major League Baseball pitcher, took over that Ashbrook program. I like following him on social media. Interesting social media personality. Chesney playing Chase tonight. Lincoln Charter, South Caldwell. Hey, that game, I know that one. South Point playing South Mecklenburg. Creston Burns. Oh, if we didn't do this one, we were doing that one. But shows you how much we love South Caldwell. We turned down a game like that. It was a good one here, folks. 1-0. Starts out with a pop-up to right field. Luke Church settling under it for out number 1. I want to thank our fourth inning sponsor, Nova X Kinectics. Anthony Payne, pitching coach. He's been working with several Western North Carolina pitchers through his Nova X Kinectics program and helping them make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance. By infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics, Coach Payne is trying to help his pitchers get the most out of their potential. And I'll tell you who he's helping get the most out of their potential is Jamison Wayner. Had a great game, beat Mountain Heritage last night, hence why I'm wearing my Mountain Heritage hat again. If you watched the broadcast last night, I said I'm not taking this hat off until Mountain Heritage gets a win. We think they're better than their 0-for record. But congratulations, Jamison, shoving last night. Got a good Avery team. That's a shot to center field, putting Corey McCall all the way back to the warning track. And he tracks it down right in front of the wall. So Noah Brown put a charge into it, but BH grand and glove work there from Corey McCall. Tracking that like a champ. Did you see, kids at home, did you see how he got low? His feet never stopped moving. His eyes kept coming back to the baseball to find it. That was a clinic out there by Corey McCall on how to go back on a ball in center field. So nice job, Corey. So again, finishing up that fourth inning sponsorship, Nova X Kinectics. Get with Coach Anthony Payne. Follow him on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. He offers in-house and remote training options for high school and college level athletes. Nova X Kinectics, new school data, old school grit. So Nate Hall with 2 quick outs here. He'd love to get the number 8 hitter so he could start at the bottom of the lineup in the 5th. Pitchers duels fly. What do we say? Mountain games 3 hours, foothills games 2. That's a testament to the depth and the talent that we see as we go down the mountain. I think the top level talent is the same. You know what I'm saying? I think our best guys are just as good as the mountain or the foothills best guys. But when it comes to depth, the foothills guys beat by plenty, right? We have our JV teams with 9 or 10 on them. You know, we have varsity teams that are about 9 deep. That don't happen out here. You know, these guys are, well, that's strike 3, but that's going to be the old drop strike 3, reach first base. So a K in the books. I think that goes down as a wild pitch is what technically allows him to get to first base on that. I bring Caden McFalls to the plate, so a little tough luck for the South Caldwell ace. Gets the K, but not able to record the 3rd out yet. So Caden McFalls struck out his first time up. That was a big K in the 2nd inning with the bases loaded. Get some gun readings here on Nate. The runner on first here working from the stretch. There's 80 on the gun. Nate wanted that ball back immediately. He was not happy with himself for some reason on that pitch. So, again, McFall is a strikeout victim last time. I think Hall needs to go right after him again. Again, Springston, the runner on first base. Some off speed there. Look, he went to the changeup. This is inside. Or no, did he call that a strike again late?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Umpire. I mean, these are good calls. I'm not messing with your game at all here, but give me some. Give me some sign. Give me a sign.
Oh, his sign is he turns to the left, and then he throws his finger
I'll
up.
tell you what is going to kill us is when it's going to be a 2-strike call that's so close and he leans back and then just sits there on a ball call or something. Again, I think he's calling a fine game. If he's watching the replay later, I ain't dogging you, Mr. Umpire. I got to keep my eyes on you a little longer. That's all.
What?
That was
Off
Yeah,
the bat.
radar gun said 115 on that. I don't think that was 115. Nate Hall would be a legend. He would
Give him that third plaque over there.
I say Coach Johnson would be like, hide that information immediately. So 1-2 count here. Again, Nate Hall, familiar territory with McFalls. He struck him out the end of the second. He's trying to do the same here in the fourth. Nice pitch. It's that ball, that curveball on the back foot there, fouled off. It's a good pitch and a good fight there by McFalls. Wondering if that elevated fastball they struck him out with in the second ain't the same pitch he needs to go to here. See if the runner stays. Yep, that was the pitch call up to 82 there. That was the right pitch call. Good take by McFalls. Well, that tunnel sets you up maybe for a backdoor curveball now. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Smith throws it down for good measure, but that is strike 3. So McFalls, strikeout victim to end the fourth. 2 Ks in the inning. So again, 4 come to the plate. No walks, no hits, no errors. But again, on the drop third strike. So 2 Ks in the inning for Hall. Only 1 counting as an out. It's going to be Corey McCall, J.P. Smith, and Luke Williams to the plate in the bottom of the fourth. Still remains 1-0. 1 hit for South Caldwell, 5 scattered for Lincoln Charter. Again, you see 1 error up on the scoreboard. We said it's not an error. So there's some discrepancy. We'll fight the home book later. I'm just kidding.
Well, thank you to the following businesses who are home team sponsors, supporting the time put towards marketing and standard college coaches pregame. Editing and posting highlights for the South Caldwell Spartan prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Thank you to Poovies Chapel Baptist Church over in Hudson. They welcome you and your family to come worship. Opportunities for all ages, also offering Bible College and Pine Mountain Academy and preschool. Jesus loves you, and we do too. We appreciate Poovies Chapel Baptist Church, as well as Foothills Realty LLC, your guide to Foothills living. There's Foothills Realty, another logo with mountains. I love it.
Hey, I'm going to have to call them. My parents, they live in Wisconsin. They just drove home today from visiting us. And, went right into a snowstorm.
Corey McCall.
And I think it's beautiful up here in Hudson, Sawmills, area. I'm going to have to hook him up with Foothills Realty because they're looking to buy a house down here, and they want to be near water. And we passed a couple lakes when we were coming in here. It's a pretty area, man. So I don't even know if my folks know about this area, but I'm going to get them with Miss Donna Laws, see if they can get them to buy a retirement home down here, be closer to the grandbabies.
It's just what we need, more retirees around here.
That's what keeps Western North Carolina moving, baby. 81 on the fastball there by Bear. So both these arms sitting pretty in the low 8s tonight. Some good velo. Again, I use a stalker, so remember my radar gun's old school. Measures it on the way to the plate.
Not what we had last night.
And we got some of these other radar guns out there that add like 5 miles per hour because they're coming like out of your ear. It's picking it up, but I don't know. But no, last night we were using a stalker.
Oh, what?
And that stalker also had spin rates.
Well, why don't you get one?
I didn't know that thing existed until I saw it last night. So
Have your tax bracket?
Like much of everything, but yeah, last night Zach Wester's father, Travis, had brought a stalker that connects to an app. So Hunter was able to put it on his phone. And not only were we getting velos, we were getting spin rates. That was fun.
Now, if we can somehow screen mirror my phone to the broadcast and have that showing every time, that'd be perfect.
Hey, we need more sponsors. That's how we do those special things. We find more revenue and we can buy fancier toys.
Well, if we could get a screen mirror on that, get a screen mirror on Game Changer, somehow plug it into our score bug, that would be...
It's better than said high school we were talking about earlier that puts the second camera like on their actual scoreboard.
I mean, a lot of them do it too.
Swing and a drive. Let's see if Corey got it. That ball is back to the wall and off the fence. He better get on his horse. So he was trotting like he thought he hit it out. So that's a double for Corey McCall to lead off here in the fourth. But I'll tell you, if he was going like Nate Hall out of the box on his bloop double, he might have been at third base.
Next up is the Spartans catcher, number 15, J.P. Smith.
However, good stroke there by Corey McCall. That shows you that extra base power that he possesses. He missed that home run by about 1.5 feet. Say probably a 340 shot maybe.
41 to left.
So 340 and a half off the wall. And now JP Smith looking to pick him up. Now, if you're JP here, do you bunt? I guess that's Coach Parham's call down at third base. Historically, is Coach a small ball guy, or does he like to go? Okay. So we'll see here. Looks like the third baseman Waterman is even with the bag, creeping slightly up to the grass on the D cleat. First baseman Brown is on the grass. 2-0 here. Might let him swing it. You know, he's got something to hit here. 2-0. Ooh, nice pitch on the corner. Yep, strike. I kept my eyes on the umpire on that one. I've learned. So I'll make my call, and then it gives me like a second to figure out if it's right or not. So in a way, this is kind of a fun. It's almost like ABS. You know, pick at second, but call back easily. Say the second base Okanowski came a long way to take that throw, so I think everybody knew it was coming. It wasn't really a sleight of hand play there. However, it will keep McCall a little closer to the bag. Swing, big swing, pounded right into the ground. Foul ball, 2-2, so that takes the bunt away. So now McCall got to read contact on any ground ball to the left side. So again, 1-0 here, 2-2 count. Nobody out. Corey McCall on second after a loud double. I like Corey, good personality, but I'm definitely going to give him a little trouble for pimping a 340-foot off-the-wall double. Swing the drive. That ball is going to hook foul, though. So Smith had some good barrel on it. It hooked about 5 feet to the left of that foul line. So 2-2 pitch coming here from Canton Bear. Ooh, goes to the curveball, stays up high, and the umpire says ball. So it's going to be a full count. Never want to make the first out at third, so I'm thinking the runner's probably staying at home here.
Oh, yeah, with 3 opportunities remaining.
Swinging a drive through the 5-5 hole. That was hit way too hard, though, for McCall to score. Throw coming in from McFall's cutoff. So back-to-back base hits, the double and the single here from McCall and then Smith. First and third for Luke Williams. It's a good spot for Luke. Not only to put the Spartans ahead, but to try to put that loud senior label on this game. You know, we talked about in the pregame, like, this is Sparta. These seniors, they got to step up and make some loud noise with the bats. So Luke Williams in a position here to get very loud, maybe try to get a crooked number going here for South Caldwell with nobody out. Again, Luke, uncommitted, plenty of talent to play at some of our best junior college and 4-year schools around here. But Coach Clark's going to take a minute here to do an Ion Outdoors mound visit. Again, all mound visits brought to you by Ion Outdoors. If you got a backyard dream, a pool, a backyard patio, a pergola, maybe some grayscaping, these outdoor kitchens, get with Ion Outdoors and mention this broadcast. I'll give you a free consultation and even a free pool design. Not a free pool, but a free pool design.
Free pools for everybody.
Maybe some kiddie pools. I don't know. But, if you ever go on their IG or their Facebook, they got some beautiful projects that they put together for families. So it sounds like you're the director, you're the creator. You just tell them what you're looking to do, and they're going to try to bring it to life for you. So, again, thank you to Ion Outdoors for sponsoring all our mound visits this year.
So what are you thinking here?
Well, Luke is a good hitter. He had a great game last year when we were in town. I want to say he had a double and maybe 2 hits, but he's a strong kid. I think you don't try to do too much here. I think you look for fastball, you hunt fastball, and you just try to hit it as hard as you can back up through that box. I'm probably trying to stay away from the corners here. I don't want to yank anything. I want to stay in the middle of the field, try to get that runner in from third base. And Bear from the stretch. Williams hooks one. So again, it's kind of my fear, though. You line in the third baseman's mid or hard ground at third base. McCall might not be able to advance. Outfield, straight away with that left fielder a couple feet deeper than the rest of his outfield counterparts. 2 curveballs here in a row to Williams. So 2-1. Actually, it might be 3. So again, not getting the fastball early in the count yet. See a Bear. There's the fastball. Had some good heat to it. So 2-2 count now. Now Luke Williams got to be thinking a little bit here. He's got to shorten up. Just try to be hands to the ball. Again, stay in the middle of the field. Luke got pretty good speed. Should be able to beat out.
Middle end, kind of wide.
Beat out a ground ball double play opportunity, if he bounds in the middle.
Crescent Birds tied 0-0 top second. Thanks, Bob.
Crescent Birds tied?
Yeah.
What inning?
Top second. Thank you to Mr. Bob.
What's their score?
Huh?
What's their score? They're just tied? But
tied
what's the
0-0.
0-0, okay.
From Bob's Burgers.
They must have had a 7 o'clock start down there in Cleveland County. So 3-2 count. See what Bear goes to here. We'll see if the runner stays put at first base. Is JP running for himself, or is there a pinch runner out there?
He's running for himself.
Pop fly right in the middle of the infield. Second baseman Okanowski under it. He's going to make the catch with 2 hands. It's a good pitch by Bear. Say Williams worked the count deep, but the pop-up not score the run.
Number 12, Luke Church.
So Luke Church will be the next one up, trying to get Corey McCall in from third base, trying to tie this ball game here. Back and forth pitchers duel. Bottom of the 4th here, 1-0. Good pitch. So Bear here, trying to bear down and escape a rally, potential rally, I should say. It's not a rally until the run comes in. 83 on the radar gun. And both pitchers tonight doing a fine job. Both going to be playing at Surrey next year. Pitching coach up there, Andy Cheek, former Baltimore Orioles draft pick. Have a pretty fine pitching staff next year. These two are involved in it. Again, Surrey, one of the most winningest college baseball teams in North Carolina the last couple of years. Been consistent. Fastball in the inside corner at 82.
More wins than the Diamond Heels, who went to 14 innings last night over fellow in-state rival Campbell.
Then trying to steal. Oh, don't get caught sleeping there at first base. So slides back in under the tag, though. So again, 1 out, 2-2 count.
Yeah, they went to 14. And in the 13th, guy decides to steal home with bases loaded, 2 outs, and he gets pulled. Coach Forbes said, "You're not doing that. Not when you're 90 feet from scoring."
His brain farts even at the highest level. We're going to let the runner take second there. So J.P. Smith with a stolen base. Again, all stolen bases brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Again, for all your mulch, dirt, gravel needs, get with Andrew Casario, Hauling Solutions and Grading. Pop fly back over the press box here. So 2 straight 3-2 counts by both Lukes. Luke Williams went 3-2 before popping out second baseman. Luke Church finds himself at a 3-2 count. No force play, though. 2 runners out there in scoring position for Church. Oh, boy. McCall went off on contact. Bear's going to run him right back to third base for the out. So 3-5. McCall retired on the fielder's choice.
Next up for the Spartans is designated hitter number 3, Jacob Perkins.
No advancement from Smith. Now Luke Church at first base. And South Caldwell is 1 out away from missing out on their best scoring opportunity of the evening so far. We'll see if Jacob Perkins can salvage the inning. That's a ball in the hole. They might as well send him. Say they're going to hold him up, though, at third base. McFalls was in shallow. Runner didn't have the best jump, so it's going to be bases loaded after the Perkins single. Now, when I was coaching, I was always sending everybody, so don't listen to me. I would have got him hosed at the plate.
Oh, you would have?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I throws up the line a little bit. I mean, cutoff man probably had plenty of time to turn and fire. Bases loaded here, though, for Cooper Dotson. So Cooper, the left-handed swinger, one of 2 lefty swingers in the lineup. So Dotson, the senior, he's at first base this evening.
Yeah, there is 2 out.
There are 2 outs, so looking to do some damage with 2 outs and bases loaded.
Well, you know what I'm doing right here.
Taking
Until
2 strikes? Or 1 strike?
he just threw 3 in a row. The odds are in your favor. Unless
Same.
it's your pitch, right down the pipe.
There's a strike.
Opens
So
it up
Coach
a little bit.
Parham, let's see. I don't see any series of signs down there, so I don't know if take is on until 2 strikes or if Dotson's got the green light here if it's there. He does. He fouls it back into the netting. So full count again. I think that's the 3rd full count we've seen in this inning and 3 of the last 4 batters. So pitch count getting up a little bit for Bear. South Caldwell needs to strike iron, though, while it's hot here. We got to get a hit here in this back-and-forth pitchers duel. 1-0 is feeling like 10-0. So remember, runners are going to be going on the play. It's 3-2 count, force outs. From the windup here, though, Smith should be able to get plenty. And I'm looking at the umpire. We're going to make sure. Yes, it is ball 4. Okay. I didn't want to call it too soon there. It was an RBI walk by Cooper Dotson.
Next up for the Spartans, second baseman, number 2.
That scores J.P. Smith from third base. Luke Church over to third. Perkins up to second. And now Cooper Dotson occupies first base. Bases loaded. Still going from the windup is Bear. So again, good secondary leads with 2 outs. And another Ion Outdoors mound visit. Hold on. So now the discrepancy here is like when you visit the mound twice in 1 inning, I think you have to pull your pitcher, but I'm not quite sure.
After JP battle, before Luke came out.
So this will be interesting to see if there's a pitching change being made or if there has to be one now because he forgot about his visit. So Coach Parham coming down to speak with the umpires. I bet you if there's a rule, Coach Parham knows it. That's what happens when he got 20, 30 years in the game. And obviously, he's got his boys well educated on the rules, too, because the whole dugout was making noise once Coach Clark passed the fair line. So, again, it's an Ion Outdoors pitching mound visit. Again, we appreciate Ion Outdoors, and if you got a backyard dream, they can help you make it come true. So check them out on IG and Facebook. We'll see if Canton Bear remains in this game. Yes, he does. So again, interesting bending of the.
Maybe that's not a rule.
I mean, I'm a pitching coach. I know that if I go out twice, I got to pull them. Unless there's like you're checking on an injury. Yeah. So maybe maybe he said, hey, I just want to check on my pitcher's health or something. I don't know, but again, the strike on the outside corner there. So again, this is number 9 hitter, Koda Beard. Koda, Koda. First time I've seen that name. I like that. Koda Beard. He ain't rocking much of a beard though. So Koda with an 0-2 count. So 0-2 count. Luke Church on third base needs to be on his toes, especially if Bears going from the windup. Need good secondaries, should be able to score on any pass ball, dirt ball even. That's a big pet peeve of mine is when I don't see good secondary leads when pitchers are going from the windup. Now, granted, you can't be in no man's land and get picked off.
Scared?
Got me there.
Got
me.
Coach Stevenson last night in the JV game before the varsity game. Man, he jumped like a cat.
Forget where you are sometimes.
You ever done it at the video that goes around that your friends send you and it's on your phone and they hit it and you're in?
I don't think so. Swing and a miss. Beard goes down. Canton Bears showing some emotion off of the mound. 7 came to the plate. 1, 2, 3 hits. A walk. The walk was an RBI walk by Cooper Dotson. The run in ties it. Heading into the top of the 5th. We're all knotted up at 1. It'll be the top of the lineup for Lincoln Charter and Bear, Okanowski, and Osborne. For the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/BB University WNC. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, player of the week's podcast, highlight films, and much, much more. Memberships start at only $1, and all the money raised stays right here in Western North Carolina, supporting mountain baseball, foothills baseball, highlands baseball. If it's west of Charlotte, we're covering it. Trying to work on an article right now about the mountain's desperate need for a junior college. You know, it's almost getting laughable. There's so much talent up in those mountains, and we don't have a single school to send them to. So a lot of our best guys come down to Caldwell, come down to Catawba Valley, down to Cleveland, which is fine. We love recruiting with those guys. However, there's kids every year that hang it up where if there was a junior college within an hour of them, they'd probably keep playing for a while, get their vocations, and maybe surprise themselves when they play into their 20s. So whether it's Blue Ridge or Southwestern or AV Tech or Haywood Community College, McDowell Tech, Isothermal, we need something up here in Region 8. And if you want to read good articles that have strong opinions, join Patreon, our Patreon. Thank you to all those that have already. I think we're up to like almost 130 members, so we appreciate the heck out of them.
Patreon's cool.
Breaks my heart every once in a while that I'll see like so-and-so canceled their $1 subscription. I'm like, no.
It's only $1.
The biggest heartbreaker is it only happens every once in a while with like a big article drop. Maybe it's like a prospect. Like when I did my 2026 uncommitted list last year, a kid will join for $1 and immediately quit just to see if he's on it. And it's like, come on, kid. It's like $1 a month, you can probably find that in the couch cushions now. So top of the lineup here, Canton Bear, Nate Hall out there dealing. Throws a spinner in there for a strike. So 2-1, pitching a little backwards there in the 2-0. 2-1 delivery. Spins it in again. This one stays up though. So 3-1 count. And after getting that or tying that game back up, you know you want to start with a fresh out here. So 3-1 delivery goes back to, yes, the fastball strike.
Back again.
I'm guessing he's saying it down there because the players are reacting a little sooner than I am. I think he's just late on his actual motion of a strike. Swing, Fly ball to center field is going to hang up there for Corey McCall. It's a can of corn for Corey. 1 out. Danny Okanowski up for a third time. Danny 1 for 1. He had a single in the first and a sack bunt in the third. Love that rule about the sack bunt. Does not count as an AB. Rewards your unselfishness by not charging you with an AB. Need more small ball. I've seen some decent young. Oh, they're saying that hit him?
Skimmed off his helmet.
Now, granted, wasn't the best pitch. That curveball hung up there.
Big
Big hump over the player. I thought it just completely missed him. They're saying it skidded off his helmet. So Okanowski on for a second time. 1 for 1 still in the box for him. Reed Osborne, hard single back in the third, grounded into a double play in the first. Hall hoping more for the result of that first AB, another double play.
Lincoln Charter took last year's game 6-4.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a good one. I think that one pushed Lincoln Charter up like number 2 in our rankings,
I remember
think.
when we saw that score.
Now, was that their first loss of the year? Because South Caldwell was undefeated for a while
their
last
first
year.
loss, I think. And then previous 2 years, they played both here at South Caldwell with the squad 11-8 and 13-3 and 6 back in 23.
And then what was their first ever matchup? Didn't you say they played a few years before?
21 back in June, so it was in that like weird COVID extended season where Lincoln Charter took that 11-4, so they're 2-2 all time in the series.
I'm surprised they were able to play that year because I remember up in the MAC that year because I think North was still in the MAC. They were they were only allowed to play their conference games. Now, what I learned from that 21 season was that as much of a pain as it was with all the COVID stuff, the timing of the year, they started the season late. That should be the actual start season, like time of the season. Like they should start the baseball season in Western North Carolina about a month later, maybe a half month at the least. But that half month to an extra month, let them play into the summer. Even if school's over and they got to play for a couple of weeks, it's not a big deal. I mean, if you ever been out Midwest, Iowa plays their entire high school season in the summer. I would love that, take baseball opportunities back into the hands of the community a little more.
Well, it's just better for like some of the mountain communities. They don't even play a game the first week and a half.
Yep.
Even the foothills team like us, they didn't play a game for like 10 days.
Well,
but still.
I mean, we're not going to use Huss as the litmus paper test here on.
But they're another
the
example. They got snow down there in Gaston County just like we did.
That's the kind of winter it was this year. It's a good battle here by Osborne, 1-2. Again, Osborne, real power. Hit a big old bomb that East Lincoln game we covered. Looks like a definite college hitter. Pick attempt here from Hall. Okanowski back in under the tag. With a 1-2 count, I wouldn't be surprised to see the runner go here if they think Hall's going to go to the changeup or the curveball. Long hold. Here's the delivery. Gets the strikeout of Osborne. They throw back behind and it's safe again. I don't know. We saw the first one. It was a little controversial. This one, we'll have to maybe check the replay. It's a strikeout of Osborne. Okanowski still safe over there. Looking at it his hand got in. That's a good call by the umpire. Jaden Jenkins back up. Had a sac fly RBI to open up the scoring and give the Eagles an early lead there in the third inning. So 0 for 1 on the day with the ribby. And with the middle of the lineup up and 2 outs, it's not a bad idea to try to send the runner Okanowski here to get a runner in scoring position. If he's thrown out, you're at least with your 4, 5, 6 to start the 6th inning. Runner stays put. Little tapper in front of the plate. Rolls foul. The umpire says it hit him on the heel. Dead ball either way. Nate Hall is quick off the bump. Short jaunt back to the dirt. He's back on the rubber now, and 0-1 pitch coming. I'm watching that runner at first. I feel like this is a good time to try to take a bag. We'll see. Runner stays put. Fly ball to right field. It's going to send Church back. Corey McCall out there with him, but it's Church that calls it in. So good wood by Jenkins, but not enough. They had the hit batter, but it's no runs on no hits, no errors. Heading into the bottom of the fifth, this game is still tied at 1. It'll be the top of the lineup for South Caldwell, Chase Cardwell, Nate Hall, Corey McCall. Let's take this time to thank our away team sponsor, Carolina Elite Insurance. I want to thank them for supporting the time that we put towards marketing this game to college coaches, pregame and editing and posting highlights, postgame for the Lincoln Charter Eagle prospects with the recruiting and scouting content on social media. Again, Carolina Elite Insurance, run by Mr. Jenkins.
There you go.
Hunter's blanking on his name earlier. Got a nice little ad read for you here. If you're looking for insurance you can trust, look no further than Carolina Elite Insurance, locally owned and dedicated to protecting families and businesses across the Carolinas. Carolina Elite Insurance offers everything from auto and home to business and life insurance. Got a teen driver in the house? God help you. They work hard to find great rates for young drivers, helping families save money while keeping their kids protected on the road. Give Carolina Elite Insurance a call today at 704-865-4456. So again, we really appreciate Carolina Elite Insurance. They reached out to us at the beginning of the year. We'd been putting some ads out about sponsors, like home team and away team sponsors. And Heath Jenkins reached out and said, hey, look, if you're going to cover some Lincoln Charter games, like sign us up. You know, that gave us the confidence to put them on the schedule a couple times. We need our sponsors to run the broadcast. We're always excited when the phone rings and it's somebody wanting to help out. So again, we appreciate Mr. Jenkins. We appreciate Carolina Elite Insurance. And if there's anybody out there that likes what we're doing and they want to get their business or organization involved in our sponsorships, please reach out. We're about the halfway point of the season. We got some prorated advertisement packages, and we're also starting to get our advertisement packages ready for the American Legion Area 4 season. All right.
Change picture.
I was going to say, it looks like we got a new arm. So number 1, Danny Okanuski.
Number 6, Chase Cardwell.
So Canton Bear, we'll give you a final line on him in a minute, but Okanuski, the new pitcher. Canton Bear works 4 innings. Gives up the 1 run earned. Allows 4 hits. Strikes out 1. Actually, just the 1 K on the day. And he walked 3. So pretty good line. 4 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Little bounder to the third baseman. Throws a little high, but nice stretch by Brown. Out number 1, 5-3. So Canton Bear, 4 innings pitched, 1 run on 4 hits.
Number 4, Nate Hall.
1 K, 3 walks. So a good line for him. It's going to be a no decision for Bear. Okanowski in now. I'll give you some radar gun readings on Mr. Okanowski. I feel like I'm botching the heck out of his name. He's heading off to Guilford College next year. It's an ODAC school, the only ODAC school in North Carolina. Good Division III conference. All the other schools up in Virginia, schools like Shenandoah and Roanoke and Mary Baldwin's USA South. So who else? We got Randolph-Macon, Hampton, Sydney. Let's see who else is up in that ODAC. Lynchburg. Yeah, it's a good Division III, good academic conference too. So 0-1 is 1-1 now. Nate Hall up for a 3rd time. We got him in the books as 1 for 2 at the double. we've watched the replay. We felt his hustle needed to be rewarded on that first inning. Bloop shot in the gap. He just never stopped on his way around first. There was a slight bobble out there, but the way he was running, I don't think they were going to get him. Swing and a miss here. Looked like the spinner. So 2 quick outs.
Spartans, center fielder number 1, Corey McCall.
2 quick outs, but not an easy one coming up here. And Corey McCall, he blasted a double off the left field wall back in the 4th inning. They scored 1 in that 4th, but it wasn't Corey. He was caught in a rundown between home and 3rd. On a grounder back to the pitcher. Nobody on here. Goes back to that curveball. Bounces it for ball 1. So high school 3 definite.
Defensive.
Okay. So maybe the rule is, I thought you couldn't do more than 2 in an inning. Maybe it's 3 total for a pitcher, and then you got to take him out, is what the chat was saying. So going back to that pitch and visit with Bear in the last inning. 82 on the fastball there. So all these pitchers tonight been about 80 to 84. Good high school velocity. Average high school pitcher throws about 77 nationwide. 81 on the fastball there. 3-1 count. Corey McCall has the ability to put one over the fence, but they don't necessarily need that here. They need a base runner. In a 1-1 game, got to get down to manufacturing runs. Big pitch here, 3-2 coming. Swing and a drive. That ball is blasted in the center field, and it is gone. So here I was saying he didn't need to, but he said, hey, I'm going to do it anyway. Corey McCall with a tie-breaking home run, a solo shot, and he got it. Solo RBI home run for Corey McCall. And he can pimp that one a little bit. We gave him some gripe on coming out the box on the double, but no doubter there as that flies over the center field fence into the tall pines. So 2-1 here. Say both these teams in desperate need of a big W. We expect both these teams to be making noise in the playoffs, but at the halfway point, we'll see who's coming out of it roaring and who's coming out of it limping. So big swing by the senior McCall, and that's what we talked about in the pregame, is some of these seniors stepping up and making some loud noise, let them know who South Caldwell is. Ball outside, maybe, yes. JP Smith up for a 3rd time. JP singled and scored a run, stole a base as well back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. Big swing there. He's got to keep his chin on it, though. 3-1. So I had the green light. Three-two count now. So 3-0 worked all the way back now by Okanowski, I think it is. So again, we got some chatter in the chat trying to explain to us some of the the mound visit rules. So they're saying the NFHS Western Piedmont umpires have a different rule. Is that what they're saying here? The 4th visit must remove the pitcher. So some it's 3, others it's 4. I don't know. I'm trying to briefly look over and interpret this. I'm probably botching the rule. What do you think?
Well,
You're trying to decipher that too?
I'll have to look it up. Got hit by pitch right here.
So JP Smith's going to be a 2-out base runner. Luke Williams, a walk in the second and a pop-up in the fourth. So Luke Williams, the senior third baseman, trying to extend at the rally.
Luke Williams.
Solo home run by McCall, the difference maker. Luke Williams up with 2 outs. The other Luke Church on deck. I left my hoodie in the car. Should have grabbed it. It's getting chilly up here now. Oh-2. Well, 0-2. J.P. Smith already has a stolen base in this game. Maybe off speed's coming. Do you send the runner here? Smith stays put. Curveball just outside. I know we were joking in the pregame. We were doing the where are they now. We said we should have listed Madison Bumgarner because you said he technically hasn't retired yet.
I think so.
Right? So, swing and a miss here to Williams. That is the end of the inning. So, big K there by Danny Okanowski. But Corey McCall with a loud swing. Solo home run over the center field fence makes it 2-1 heading into the top of the 6th. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, we're going to encourage you to not only subscribe to the YouTube, but also like us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We're still kind of new to the social media world. We probably talked about it on the podcast before, but I didn't even own a cell phone until the year 2020. So to jump into the social media world last few years and see what you kids have been up to, oh, Lordy. But anyway, if it's what it takes to get you the baseball news, then please subscribe to our YouTube. If you're watching right now and you haven't hit that subscribe button, if you hit it, you'll get notifications on every time we're doing a broadcast throughout these next few weeks. Like us on Facebook. I feel like that's always good for the neighborhood. I tried to post our flyers into the Caldwell County community pages. We'll see how effective that is. And then Instagram, I don't know. It's creative content. It's good pictures and everything. We post all our flyers up there. But I think X is probably still the best one for college recruiting, but kids seem like Instagram. So we're up over maybe 1,100 followers on Instagram now too. So join it. If you're on those platforms, please join Baseball University. Our handle is BB University WNC. You can also check out our website at baseballu.org if you're trying to learn a little bit more about who we are and the college recruiting services that we try to provide to Western North Carolina exclusively. Again, if you're new to Baseball University, we started back in that 2020 COVID year when the college recruiting world was turned upside down. I never thought I'd be working in the recruiting scene again. I worked for the bigger industry companies back in the 2000s and then enjoyed high school coaching, summer collegiate coaching, lessons for 10, 15 years. But when COVID hit and I'd already been helping all our neighborhood kids get to college, we decided to expand and brand it. But we're trying to do it a different way. We're trying to work through the high school coaches, through the Legion programs, through the broadcast, try to keep costs down for players. And y'all may know, but youth sports is a $40 billion a year industry, and it just doesn't make sense to me when youth participation has also been on the downside of the stairs, as well. So more money's being made, but less participation. So I figured if we try to create a model that brings it back to high school and Legion, we'll also get participation up. So enjoy the broadcast, but just know that we got a lot of college recruiting goals behind it as well. So Nate Hall out here to face Adam Rogers, Tyler Waterman, and Noah Brown in the top of the 6th. Rogers is 1 for 2 at a single back of the 2nd. Rogers going to be playing at Mars Hill next year. Nate Hall ahead quickly here, 0-2. Swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3, just like that. 3 pitches, 1 out. Tyler Waterman, third baseman, up for a third time. He's 0 for 2. Waterman reached on a fielder's choice back in the second, flew out to the right fielder in the fourth. He's made some nice plays over at third base this evening as well, Waterman has. Nate Hall working quickly. Gotta love it as a pitching coach. Pitching with some confidence out there. He's got the lead for the first time in this game. It ain't a big lead, but it's a lead. Again, Lincoln Charter, a tough week last week, losing 3. They did have the win against Bradford Prep yesterday. They got Bradford Prep again tomorrow. They're not a very strong team. So, again, they can continue to throw their best arms at the Spartans to finish this game. But it ain't the arms right now. They need the bats to wake up. Again, a left-handed, heavy lineup for the Eagles. Waterman, one of the only righties in there. I think 7 lefties, 3 righties. Fastball in the 80s there, 81. So still strong here in later innings. Nice play over there by Luke Williams.
Next up, the Eagles, first baseman, number
Some
6.
BH Granning glove work over there.
Oh, yeah.
So again, all our fine web gems brought to you by BH Granning Landscaping, located out there in, I believe, Jackson County near Silva. Noah Brown, the hitter, he's 1 for 2. He's had some good swings tonight. Again, a sophomore, senior heavy roster. Nice curveball there by Nate Hall. So again, Nate's fastball been sitting 80, 83. Curveball changeup mix has been great. 81 there. Talked to Nate before the game. I said, do you know much about this particular Lincoln Charter School? Do you remember him from last year? And he's like, what are you saying? I'm like, well, there's a million lefties in that lineup. How's your changeup feeling? He's like, it's fine. I'm like, well, have you guys talked? Do you know that the changeup is the pitch tonight? He's like, well, it is now. The changeup gets strike 3. So 2 Ks in the inning, 1, 2, 3 inning. Huge
Big
statement
shutdown
inning.
inning.
I was going to say, that's a shutdown inning. South Caldwell coming back up to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Luke Church, Jacob Perkins, and Cooper Dotson looking to add some State Farm insurance runs here in the 6th.
Well, I want to thank all of our in-game sponsors, including Chad McMahon, I don't remember. State Farm Insurance for hopefully some insurance runs coming up, but also want to appreciate I My Dealers for Mount as a sponsor. BH Granning Landscapes, that awesome glove work we saw just there. Solid Solutions and grading for stolen bases. Burlett Painting for called strike 3s. CamWood Bats for our player of the game. And Next Level Baseball for our next level play of the game, which I am coding up right now. And I think you guys know what it's going to be if this score holds. Not going to spoil it yet, but it is getting loaded and cut up.
I don't know. Does Lincoln Charter have it?
I have no clue. I would be like Norm. I don't want my information out there all about my players, but yeah, we were trying to find a pitch count on these guys. Nate Hall, we were talking to Coach Parham's old school is kind of like how we like to be. We don't, wherever I coach, we did not want to put our stats out there in Game Changer or Max Prep. So we're looking around, see if maybe Lincoln Charter's got one. No Game Changer for us tonight to see pitch count. I'm thinking Nate's coming back out for the 7th. That's just my guess. Now, if they were to go into relief, with McDowell, you got a conference game tomorrow. Do you know who's starting tomorrow's game? So if you had to guess right now, who's your bullpen tonight? Nate. Nate's the bullpen? Yeah. Oh, Nate's going back out in the 7th. I'm just wondering who's next. Who's next in Perkins? Okay. So Jacob Perkins may be getting loose out there just to be ready. So the junior may be coming back out. But right now, offensive-minded South Caldwell, Luke Church here, trying to see if they can start a rally. There's a pop-up on the right side. Looks like Osborne's got a read, and he will haul it in.
Next up for the Spartans, a designated hitter, number 3, Jacob Perkins.
Perkins working on a 1-for-2 evening. He had a single back in the 4th inning. That was an important single because that loaded up the bases for Cooper Dotson to take the walk. So Perkins here. See if he can get something cooking with 1 out. Swing and a miss. So Okanowski out there for his 2nd inning of relief. He gave up the solo home run to McCall in the 5th, hit a batter, struck out 2. So a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. It's a 2-1 score here. He's got to keep it in shutdown mode here to give the Lincoln Charter Eagles a chance in the top of the 7th. Again, a 1-run game. It's been a great pitcher's duel after we saw him mashing last night with Pisgah, 10-run ruling. Franklin, strike 3.
Next up for the Spartans, the first baseman, number 21, Cooper.
So again, Canton Bear worked the first 4 innings. It gave up just the 4 hits, 3 walks, the 1 earned run, struck out 1 batter. Okanowski working on 2 innings here. He's already collected 3 Ks. But the big home run by Corey McCall, the difference maker right now. So we're going to start thinking ahead here for plays of the game, player of the game. We got a great pitcher performance from Nate Hall, but I'll tell you, Corey McCall with the big swing is probably going to be getting my vote right now. Oh, okay, so you found a game changer here after all. So we'll figure out Nate's pitch count when they switch innings. For plays of the game, is the play of the game the home run, you think?
I said I wouldn't spoil it to the crowd during this last inning, so I don't.
All right, Hunter's going to keep it secret. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I'm asking too many questions. Need to shut up and take the surprise.
Stay tuned for the next level.
Yeah, stay tuned for the post game. No matter how this game ends up, we're going to have a post game show, final box scores, the next level baseball play of the game, and our CamWood Bats.
It's the best part.
Presentation and some post game interviews if we can stay connected to the cameras. We'll see. Our mics, we get a little too far from the main camera here. We have a little trouble with our interviews sometimes, so we'll see how the post game goes. There's ball 4 to Cooper Dotson, so 2-out walk. Cooper 0 for 1 on the day, but he had that RBI walk, so 2 walks on the day for Dotson. This will be the number 9 here, a hitter, Coda Beard. Coda 0 for 2. Okanowski now at 35 pitches.
I like how on the away they just put in numbers. Don't even bother with names.
So Coda Beard here working on an 0-1 count. The runner on first is Cooper Dotson. Fouled back to the screen, 0-2. Top of the lineup, Chase Caldwell on deck. Seeing if Spartans can turn this lineup over. Again, looking for those Chad McMahon State Farm insurance runs. Ball high, 1-2. So big pitch coming up here. Again, Okanowski trying to shut it down and keep it a 2-1 score. Swing and a miss at the spinner. Nice pitch. That is the 4th K for Danny Okanuski, the Guilford College commit. That may be his final line. I'm not sure. We'll head into the top of the 7th. It's Nate Hall, most likely coming back to the bump. We're keeping our eyes peeled on the mound. And if he can get 3 outs, that will be the ball game. It's been a pitcher's duel, and then the loud bat of Corey McCall, the main difference maker right now. So Okanowski gives up just the 1 hit. It's the home run. It was an earned run. He hit a batter, walked a batter. And right now he's on the hook for the loss if the Lincoln Charter Eagles cannot make a comeback. 4 Ks in those 2 innings. Good stuff. He was in the low 8s as well. Heading into the top of the 7th, it's going to be 8-9-1. So that's definitely the part of the lineup you want to start with a 1-run lead. So Ryder, Springston, Cade McFalls, and Canton Bear. Well, let's tell you about our 7th inning sponsor, Hale Tax Solutions. Hale Tax Solutions is the official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. They've been in business since 1997. Hale Tax Solutions is headed by former IRS agents that can understand the tax system's complexities and guide you to your maximum returns. They perform all categories of tax returns, including personal, corporate, trust, estates, and nonprofits. They can also offer bookkeeping services, consulting, and can be your representation at state or federal audits. So with tax season in full swing, give Hale Tax Solutions International a call at 828-435-6082 today to schedule your return. So pitch count for Nate Hall.
We'll see you soon once it connects.
It's got to pop back up on his dang phone here. Well, he's going to start off here 1-0, ball 1. Again, Ryder Springston was a walk and a K, and on that K, he reached as the ball was a dirt ball that bounded past the catcher, J.P. Smith. So he's been on base 2 times, but officially 0 for 1 in the box. 83 pitches is what we started this inning with. Ground ball on the right side. Coda Beard picks it up, throws to first for 1 out. So 2 outs away from a must-win for either, not a must-win, but definitely a confidence builder for either one of these teams. 2 great teams. They've been in our power rankings all year. They slipped a little bit last week. Whoever comes out of this one is going to gain that momentum as they get back into conference play. And Nate Hall pitching wonderfully this evening. This will be his 86th pitch. So should have plenty of rope to finish this game as long as he's filling the zone. He's gotten Caden McFall's goat twice this evening. Struck him out twice, and third time here gets a pop-up fly out to the left fielder. I think that's Craig out there. Puts it away for out number 2, and Canton Bear is going to be the last hope here for the Lincoln Charter Eagles. Again, a great game pitched by Canton Bear this evening. He gave his team a chance to win. Still could. He's going to try to give him a chance to win here, except with the bat. Curveball. Called strike. Bear tonight 1 for 3. He's had 2 flyouts to center field as well. He hit a single and scored the only run of the game back in the 3rd on the sac fly RBI by Jaden Jenkins. Hall gets ahead 1-1 here, and he's showing everybody why he was the Northwestern Conference Pitcher of the Year and an All-State selection. Dialed in, and if you're Coach Cheek and Coach Johnson up at Surrey, you got to be loving what you're seeing tonight because both of these pitchers belong to you next year, and they were both dialed in. Foul ball off of the shin of Barry, hands it back to his future teammate Hall and says, "Don't strike me out. We can be roommates next year. We don't have to do it this way." So we'll see here. 1-2 pitch coming. Big pitch here. South Caldwell trying to get back in the win column here. Hall delivers. Ground ball back up the middle here. Coda Beard, better hurry. Throws it across and out by a step. That is out number 3. Back in the win column are your South Caldwell Spartans. So Nate Hall with a quick hug of the catcher. Battery did a great job tonight. We're going to go through some box scores here as Hunter's getting the next level baseball play of the game ready. So let's start with the pitchers. So Nate Hall works a complete game, 7 innings, allows 5 hits. How many walks tonight? I don't see many, right? We got 1. We got a hit batter. 1 walk this evening for Nate Hall. Also hit a batter. Strikes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters. Allows 1 earned run. So 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run on 5 hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Great job by Nate Hall this evening. Let's start with the visiting Eagles. Canton Bear is 1 for 4 with a run. Danny Okanowski was 1 for 1 with a sac bunt and a hit by pitch. Reed Osborne was 1 for 3. Jaden Jenkins was 0 for 2 but had the sac fly RBI. Adam Rogers was 1 for 3. Tyler Waterman was 0 for 3. Noah Brown 1 for 3. Ryder Springston 0 for 2 with a walk. Caden McFalls 0 for 3. The pitchers, Canton Bear, 4 innings pitched, 1 run on 4 hits, 3 walks, 1 K. Okanowski tonight is your losing pitcher, but he pitched well, 2 innings. He gave up the home run to Corey McCall. It was the only hit he gave up. 1 hit, 1 run. Strikes out 4, walks 1. Chase Cardwell was 0 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base. Going through the South Caldwell box score here. Nate Hall, 1 for 3 with, we're calling it a double. Corey McCall, 2 for 3 with a double and a solo home run. That was the big difference maker in this game. J.P. Smith was 1 for 2 with a run, a stolen base, and a hit by pitch. Luke Williams was 0 for 2 with a walk. Luke Church was 0 for 3. Jacob Perkins, 1 for 3. Cooper Dotson was 0 for 1 but had 2 walks, one of them being an RBI walk. Cooper Dotson, just talked about him. Coda Beer lastly 0 for 3, but made some great putouts there, too, in that last inning. So, interesting box score. Hunter?
Well, Next Level Baseball is proud to bring you the Next Level Play of the Game, the only showcase organization in Western North Carolina endorsed by Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Coach Rick DeArmas does a great job developing culture and creating player development opportunities for youth players of all ages. Now here's your Next Level Play of the Game.
And I'm excited, Hunter. It's a surprise. So what do we got? All right. Who's hitting? Is that Corey? Oh, yes. It is the nuke that won this game. Flies out into the trees. Corey McCall actually got out of the box faster on that one than his double. So a couple angles here. Look at him get around first base like a champ. He knew he probably got a scolding or talking to after that double. But, yeah, he's going around second. Knows he's got it. He's getting ready to come back into greet his teammates. Tell me you got the celebration, right?
Always.
Oh, yeah. So that's a home run shot you can get used to here with Corey McCall. This kid can swing it. He's going to be playing for Coach Russ at Wake Tech next year, Matt Ellsworth. It's good coaching staff. They're getting a good ball player in Corey McCall. And we're going to show you how his Spartan teammates greeted him at home plate. And if you remember those keys of the game, this is Sparta, right? It's about letting everybody know that South Caldwell is going to be making some noise. So, again, congratulations, Corey. And that's our next level play of the game. And he's going to be, well, you want to announce it? Well, where am I going to announce it? Am I going down there and I'm going to lose reception?
I think we're going to try it. I think that can get right down there. So.
Okay. I can announce it, though, from here and then go out to present it. So, again, our CamWood Bats player of the game. Again, we thank CamWood. They're located in Haywood County, producing wonderful bats, tees, trainers. And if you hop on their website and use the coupon code BBUWNC, you get 10% off all your purchases. So, player of the game is Corey McCall, 2 for 3 with the go-ahead solo home run. He also had the big double, made some great plays out there in center field as well. Got to shout out Nate Hall because, I mean, he gave it his all too. But Corey did it with the bat. Congratulations to Mr. McCall. We'll go down there. We're going to interview him. We're going to interview Nate. And who else are we going to pull from this box score today? Who else should we talk to? We're going to talk to Nate, Corey, and I'll tell you what, we'll pull JP in because that's the battery mate. He's 1 for 2. He had a good game. So we'll get down there and talk with the players in just a second. I'm going to hand it off to Hunter, and we'll be back in a minute with interviews. What do you think?
Well, thank you to the following businesses who are home team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame, and editing and posting highlights for the South Caldwell Spartan prospects, with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Movies Chapel Baptist Church over in Hudson, welcoming you and your family to come worship with them. Opportunities for all ages, also offering Bible College and Pine Mountain Academy and preschool.
I was like
Loves
that.
you and you do too. Appreciate Movies Chapel Baptist Church, as well as Foothills Realty LLC, your guide to Foothills living. Appreciate both of them for being home team sponsors tonight for the South Caldwell Spartan prospects. I want to also thank the following business who are away team sponsors tonight, supporting time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Lincoln Charter Eagle prospects, with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Carolina Elite Insurance. If you're looking for insurance you can trust, look no further than Carolina Elite. Locally owned and dedicated to protecting families and businesses across Carolinas, Carolina Elite Insurance offers everything from auto and home to business and life insurance. Got a teen driver in the house. We work hard to find great rates for young drivers, helping families save money while keeping their kids protected on the road. Give us a call today, Carolina Elite Insurance, 704-865-4456. See if we got any scores. West Lincoln over Stuart Kramer 4-2. That's a final. Crest over Burn 7-1 in the 5th. That's still going on according to Max Preps. Robbinsville falls to Towns County, Georgia 13-0. North Gaston over Bessemer City 12-3. Daniel defeats Asheville 13-1. Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy falls to Pinnacle Classical Academy 10-8. Smoky Mountain falls to Pigeon Forge 5-0. I believe that's all for our coverage area tonight in the state that has gone final. If you have any finals you want to drop in the chat for the last few minutes before we get the player of the game going right about here soon. Once Ryan gets down here with Mr. McCall and company, maybe even Coach Parham.
Ask your coach at this school if I get you, Nate, and JT I want to talk to for interviews.
Just stay tuned, folks.
No, that's going up.
They can sell MLA back, so their orders are just. Oh yeah. So I've been talking to them. They're ready for it. I gotta run up there in like a week, but I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna take a day and drive and find all the first half winners. That was a freaking awesome game. So we're gonna go Nate first, then JP, and then Corey. Talk to. We're gonna talk about battery Nate. You know what I'm saying? Just like him up. And you had a good game. 1-2. Yeah,
I don't know if I got that. So we need to mute this. Sorry, testing out some different things. CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at CamWoodBats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Now down to Ryan with CamWood Bats Player of the Game.
Check, check. Good. Back up a little bit. Every game we gotta find a way to do this. Check. Good. All right. So I think we're live. It looks like we're connected. First one we got here is Nate Hall. We're a big fan of Nate. It's good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you too, Coach.
Heck of a game. You got stronger as the game went on. Second inning, third inning, you got a little trouble, but I've been watching you pitch for about 2 years now. I mean, your conference pitcher of the year, All-State last year. So fall behind 1-0, come back in the dugout. What's the vibe in there?
We're always coming in the dugout fired up no matter what. I've got a great team behind me in the field at the plate. I know they're going to pick me up. I'm going to pick them up. The vibe doesn't ever really change for us. It's just a constant vibe of keeping each other up, focus on the 9v1 mentality at the plate coming out of that inning. So.
And I think, tough week last week for both these teams. So it's like this was a great game just for one of y'all to kind of get back on the horse.
Right.
You guys were the ones today. I think you guys are going to make a run in the playoffs. I love the talent, the senior heavy team, but take us through the last week. How does a good team like South Caldwell get over a little losing streak, and talk about how this game is going to turn things around now.
Right. Okay. So last week, like you say, lost 2 conference games. Wasn't our best week at the plate. We worked a lot in practice these past 2 days, just on approaches, swings. Really heavy focused on that. We had our mindset coming into this game. Last week's done with, it's over with. What we do now is going to matter, and that's going to matter in the playoffs.
Yep. Was the advice on changeups any good for you? I came in, we met each other here probably about 3 o'clock or so and say, hey, you know about all these lefties, right? Your changeup work, and you're like, I'm probably going to need that today. Yeah. So was it good advice?
Yeah, absolutely. My changeup was pretty solid tonight. I was confident with it all night. I threw it for a lot of strikes. Had some times where I lost it a little bit, but I got a great catcher here who always, he's always picking me up no matter what. So.
We're going to talk to him in a minute too and figure out what he's all about, because JP, we've been watching him for 2 years now. He's a great battery mate. I mean, he's not only locating you up, but like he's behind Parham and the other guys. Like, he's got to be vocal back there. So, well, hey man, it was a heck of a night. I know Coach Johnson, Coach Cheek, I'll be loving this because you were facing off against a future teammate. So this battery mate of yours, let's bring him in next year. So JP, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Well, brag on your guy a little bit here. You were there with him for 7 innings. What'd you see out there?
It definitely feels great to have a pitcher that where the ball's going. You don't have to guess. I know he's going to hit a spot, and that's just a good feeling behind the plate. Gives me more confidence in him, and I think he can hit his spots, and I thank him for that.
So in a game like this, like of the two of you, who's in charge? Are you bossing him around, or is he coming in there telling you, like, hey, we need to do this?
I think I'm in charge behind the plate, definitely. But he trusts me enough to trust my judgment, and I think we're a great team. We've been playing since, we're 5 years old together. I think we just got that chemistry where he trusts me, I trust him.
Well, good offensive night for you too. I want to say 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored and stolen base. So it's nice to see a catcher getting after it. I want to shout you out because I love baseball and all, but sometimes it's not always about just going to college and playing ball, but it's about leaving it all into the high school experience and then starting your life. But this is your senior year, so tell me a little bit about what this team means to you and what are some goals that you hope to finish out in this last hurrah.
Goals, definitely make a deep run. I think we've got the squad. We're a heavy bunch. We've been playing for, I can't even count how many years together. So the chemistry's definitely there. We just got to get hot at the right time. Bats to be going. And I think we got the kids to do it. And I mean, why not? Let's go.
I think you're going to make a run.
Yes,
Chemistry is the key word,
yes,
and that'll keep with you guys. You guys are going to be boys for a long time, and I can see it in the way you guys operate. So every good pitcher's got a good battery mate. So what do you think? Just the right pick tonight?
Yeah,
Player of the game, Corey McCall. Oh my gosh, Corey. So look, dummy bat. We got to print you out a better one. 2 for 3. Your double. Go listen to the broadcast. I'm giving you heck. Then we look at the replay. The next level play of the game is the go ahead home run. cruising past first base, out the box hot. So I'm guessing somebody says something to you about it.
It's just like it was just I knew what I did wrong and I just adjusted.
It's all good, man. You smoked it. You smoked both balls. That ball finds. I don't know if Coach Russ and Coach Ellsworth are watching, but man, you look 10 pounds heavier. You look stronger. I mean, the home run power's there. So take us through the AB. Was there anything you were looking for particularly? Did you see the sequence, or were you just trying to put a good swing on it?
No, honestly, just like the whole entire season, I've just been reminding myself to just be slow and early, and that's led me to a lot of success early on, and that's about it for the approach.
Well, look, we still got some conference games left, man. You got Alexander Central one more time. You got St. Stephen's one more time. Watauga can never be taken lightly. I know it looks like Alexander Central feels like they got a healthy lead right now, but I think y'all can make a run on them because we're planning on coming back for the Northwestern Conference Championship too. Hopefully it's at App State, I think. So again, I'm not trying to start any trash talk, but like, man, how excited are you for those conference games?
We got beat by two pretty good teams, but we're working hard every single day in practice just to, get back on track and beat those guys again. I mean, that's just the way I can put it.
I just feel like those are the types of losses that like I'm just itching to get back,
Absolutely. So absolutely, those are a good bit, but I mean that just puts a fire in us to go back.
And it makes you stronger for playoffs. So again, with the new playoff system this year, with y'all being in the 6A, like y'all are ranked. We're looking at it. It's like Alexander Central, South Caldwell. I mean, the respect's there. So anyway, man, congratulations. It's been good working with you guys too the last couple of years. Chase Cardwell is another one. Luke, we're still, we're shouting Luke out a lot on the broadcast, but this is a great senior group. Always buy your catcher a glass of water, soda, you know what I'm saying? But after a long performance like that, but hey, we're going to go ahead and close it out again. You want me to do it for Hunter Street? Oh, you're going to take East son of a gun. We're trying to figure out how to close out a little better. But, all right, stick around for me. Call you over when he comes down.
Well, that's it for this evening's rendition of Baseball University's West North Carolina Scout Streaming Series. Thank you again to our sponsors, Meineke, Bloompatch Farms, Comfort Keepers, American Legion Post 70, X Kinectics, Hale Tax Solutions, Goodicedtea, House of Power, Peak Performance Vault, Ion Outdoors, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, Granning Landscapes Incorporated, Pine Solutions and Grading, Burlett Painting, CamWood Bats, and Next Level Baseball. For the best coverage and content of West North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/bbuniversitywnc. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcast, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1, and all the money raised stays right here in Western North Carolina. Support Mountain Baseball and support Foothills Baseball. Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@bbuniversitywnc. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, and follow us on X and Instagram at bbuniversitywnc, as well as our website at baseballu.org. Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, thanks you for tuning into the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. From Hudson, North Carolina, on the campus of South Caldwell High School, this has been coverage of Western North Carolina High School baseball, where the South Caldwell Spartans defeat the Lincoln